were in both of the international finals, now coming into this year, have struggled to refine that power, to refine that glory. Perhaps this can be that stepping stone for them towards quarterfinals and hopefully for them further on.
And I mean, for LPL fans, they're damn well hoping it is, because the feeling for a lot of LPL fans really is that they are.
What about the mid laners here? All the mid laners open here. How do we do it? Every mid laner open.
Back to the old days where it was kind of LCK and
yesterday, Knight used Ziggs against Azir, right? And he played LeBlanc against Talia? Aurora? Talia? Aurora? Don't really remember. Talia, I think. So he counter-matched up. He played, sorry, he played twice, counter into a strong champ. He might do it again today. Orianna first pick, Azir is open, Yunara is open, Karma's banned for Nico. I think this should be Nico then, or? I like Nico here, yeah, why not?
It absolutely does. Yeah. I was going to say, I actually would love if they grab Nico here, because
this Karma ban is nice.
It doesn't really matter, you can grab that later, and the worry when you go Yunara sometimes is that then they go for like a Nico and a power lane. And
do we match top mid or jungle? All roles need to be matched. Which one is highest prio? I would say, honestly, as crazy as it sounds, maybe highest prio right now, like Sin. Sin, yeah, maybe Sin, yeah.
Goes on Jarvan, he jumps on Yunara's head, Equalizer over the top, Shockwave over the top, and you're clearly giving, yes, you are giving over that Yunara, but you have a plan really to deal with it.
It's also putting people on comfort, right? Like, Kanavi's most played in summer was this Jarvan, 84% win rate on it. Cream's second most played was this Orianna with 9 games on it in summer as well.
Yeah, and Kanavi, I feel like, hasn't really shown up at Worlds just yet, but to me, when I was watching him a lot of summer in the LPL, I was thinking he might just be the best early game jungler in the world, right? Like, he's clearly one of the best junglers, but
so they haven't picked mid or top yet, which means you could ban stuff like K'Sante, you could ban Rek'Sai. Okay, there's the K'Sante ban. I don't know about Rex in the Rumble, to be fair. Ornn, maybe you could ban Ornn for Bin. That's more a specific Rumble matchup, I think, than Rek'Sai is. There's still Azir open. I don't know if Knight plays Azir, though. If I remember correctly, Knight does not play Azir, and Chovy does not play Syndra. I think they have one champion each they do not play. Then there's still the Ryze, there's Talia, there's Aurora. He has a bunch, That he actually plays. He plays Ahri really well. He played LeBlanc really well yesterday. He played Ziggs really well yesterday. They banned the Galio. That's a more specific ban for Rumble, yeah. Similar to Ornn, more so than Rek'Sai for sure. Doesn't really matter what you pick here, because you see both roles already. So it doesn't matter if you pick mid or top here. Kind of same.
I don't think he's great on it. I think it's something he's put on because it fits the team, and he is playing it. And there it comes. I agree with you in terms of stylistic tendencies. Not a bin champ, but it's something BLG have reverted to.
I like it. Yunara carry game, anyway. What do you play as Tess bot lane here?
It's also quite a good matchup into the Rumble, and it's just what the
what about
Ornn gives you the hard engage that you need.
Bard is hard lane. Every melee is kind of hard lane, but maybe this is the angle to add on top of your like full engage, right? You have Rumble, Jarvan, Orianna ult. Like, maybe best just to fucking send it here. Go Rell or Leona. Like, Leona would be ILPL classic, right? Just go Leona Kai'Sa here and play the game. Low-key, no? This would be a Lucian Braum. I don't like the Braum. Lucian Nami? I like Nami more than Braum. But they don't really play Nami. Yeah, they play just Braum. A lot of the Eastern teams, when they pick Lucian, they just play Braum no matter what. They don't care. There's no such thing as Lucian Nami or Lucian Milio for them. It's just Lucian Braum, and that's it. Otherwise, they don't play Lucian, I think. And there is the Aurora, it looks like.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he
There's a Ziggs from yesterday.
We already have seen him play Ziggs
It is Ziggs.
It was into the
once
Azir
more.
matchup.
He must be really confident in his Ziggs, no? Yesterday he gave most OP mid on the patch and played it, and now he gave second most OP mid on the patch and plays it again. Really confident in his Ziggs.
Some really powerful wave clear, but some good backline access of their own. You can throw out that ult to follow up. If Nico finds a good engage, Ornn starts it off with the ult, but of course you're going to be having to play around that Braum, which is going to make things very, very difficult. You always have to watch out, with that Call of the Forge God. If Braum has shield up, it's not really going to be reliable whatsoever.
You're never going to be able to connect with it, assuming that Hung plays it well. and uses that Unbreakable properly.
Is maybe a dangerous assumption based on some of the things that have happened in this tournament. There have been some mishaps, including not even knowing the build path on Nico for Proto Belt.
Yeah, the Kindle Gem first item wasn't the best for that Rocket Belt when he was playing the Nico, but we'll see how Hung does coming into this team in
Oh wait, he went Kindle Gem for Proto Belt? They removed that. No, it's just Ruby these days. It's like Fiendish Codex. It's the Codex item, 850. Then it's 1100 Alternator item, Hextech. Then the Ruby, I think. I'm pretty sure they removed Kindle Gem from Proto Belt completely. Anywho's, I don't mind either draft. The 6 is the weird one, right? But he seems really confident in the pick. Ornn into Rumble makes sense. Sin into Jarvan makes sense. Yunara is Prio. Nico with Karmaban, all makes sense. Rumble, pretty strong top laner after Ambessa and Sion are out, that makes sense. Jarvan, maybe a little bit early, I would say. Like Jarvan here in theory, no target ult, right? In my mind, a little bit early. But has combo with Rumble at the very least. Orianna, really strong in mid on the patch. Lucian Braum is kind of like an Eastern thing, similar to Caitlyn. They just picked that no matter what, even in bad lane, and they somehow figured it out. It was exactly the same for Gen G in that game, whichever one that was. I don't remember which one it was. But it was recently. It was actually against Tess, I think. Was it? Gen G Tess. They played Lucian Braum, and then they killed them 2v2 after getting Dove or whatever. Somehow the Eastern teams always just figure it out. They play Lucian Braum, the lane is not supposed to be playable, they fall behind, and then randomly they get an all-in, and then they're OP. They always figure it out somehow. Like here in theory, it shouldn't be playable.
It's really powerful early on being able to tank 6 or 7 tower.
Wait, did they get fucked by Lucian Braum against Gen G and then do it themselves? They did, no? They played against Lucian Braum in their last series. In pretty much exactly this matchup. I think they played against Corki Nico, not Yunara Nico, but...
Even if you're trying to dive,
they did take a page out of the Gen G book, it seems.
If the Zing goes in, how does he then get out afterwards?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. I mean, I still think it's one of these things that is really underused by pros. You know, even if
it's a hard lane, this one.
CC to be able to stop it, that means you're having to spend the CC.
Very hard lane, this one. Yunara Nico owns Lucian Braum, I think. They have to smurf somehow. I don't know how.
44 to 39.
I don't know how they do it, but they have to do it somehow. Because slowly this lane is not possible, I think. Every Yunara Q, perma getting hit by Nico Q, you cannot play. And no swap as well. Would have made a bit of sense with a swap, I think. Like Lucian getting solo XP and coming bot level 4 or 5 with good item. Compared to laning level 1. I feel like a lot of teams would send Lucian top here, lane Rumble bot, and then he would go bot level 4 or 5 with Lucian when he's strong, and avoid this like early part that's really hard. Yeah, okay, they're just going. Elk is dead, no? No, it's the Nico that's dead. No, it is Elk. It is Elk. It's hard to tell who's who. They got double flash and a kill. Yeah, they just figured out, you know, they just make it work. This is not supposed to be working, but they make a really creative batting, good flash engage by Braum, flash follow by Lucian, and they figure it out. And now the lane is frozen, and the wave is really, the lane is really good now all of a sudden. Because now you can just all in on repeat. They will be weak side for a bit though. Because your jungler did 3 camps into bot and now he has to go top, while Sin hasn't based yet, right? So he can be bot forever. Like when he's done with his clear, he can be bot forever. I mean, honestly, just a really nice play. Really nice setup, really nice gank. Really nice play.
As soon as Jarvan shows up around the corner, you are pretty much done for. Didn't even need to get the concussive blows.
Sin has a long timing here though. He's done with his clear and Jarvan has to clear for a while, so he could himself go bot right now. And they have no flashes actually. They should know this though. They should know this. If they die here, they're trolling in my mind. They should know their weak side, yeah, exactly. They should never die here. This is normal. Good understanding of the map here.
Looking at his CS numbers.
Yep. Surprised Shadow didn't just try to actually just kill the ward when it got placed on top of him.
Yeah,
but
also true.
Uses the
like some players, even at the highest level, will die to that gank, but they should never.
Really at all.
So it's good understanding of Tess. there to not get caught. Just wait for jungle, right? Like, let jungle clear. He's gonna be a minute behind or whatever from Cheese ganking bot. But he's gonna be back soon. Now he's gonna base, he's gonna do his bot side, and he's ready to play. And then they can play aggro again. So it's really good understanding not to die there and get caught there.
So I really like this because it was clever, you know, from
They're swapping actually.
Down there. They had that wave held. And
is that because of the freeze?
So had to base, but 369 just goes
I guess it's because of the freeze. He couldn't push it out as Lucian, so Rumble TP and push it out instead. Nice fix, I guess. From wave being frozen and Lucian having to go there, he can just go and collect top and Rumble fixes the bot wave. And he gets the cannon. Very nice.
We will see if Bin decides
good fix.
That his matchup needs to be in that Lucian. He is walking out that way. It's a possibility. No, now
Ornn is TPing bot, so they're matching the lane. No one is going to do Drake, most likely. It's just going to be a grab game.
And those top laners matching up in bot once.
It's quite common these days that teams don't really care for the first Drake. More so about grubs and lane assignment in general, like getting some kind of wave advantage somewhere or whatever. Seems more important than Drake for a lot of teams.
That is the only thing separating these two teams.
See if either team decides to go for that dragon. Still a couple of minutes before we have the grubs, so it would be a slightly undermanned fight down towards the bottom side.
Not a kill, I think, but it's a chunk.
Good brittle procking here from Bin as 369 might have to invest his flash to get out of this one. Scrap shield down.
W and flash auto. W flash auto.
Bin just walking forward. Now 369 has the equalizer.
Damage,
gets a bit of health from the level up as
well.
But
Shadow is coming.
Shadow's coming in from
6 ult miss.
Meanwhile, a Mega Inferno Bomb doesn't quite hit.
They can dive now. He's gonna ult the wave, however, and On got caught bot. And Rumble ults the wave, so there's no play. He's weak siding perfectly here, no? He's gonna flash as well. Yeah, he's the GOAT, actually. Nicely played by 369 while they died top. While they died top, this happened. He played it so good. Really played that so good, the Rumble. Wow. They're gonna lose Drake here, but their bot lane is out of the game. They got dove or ganked and zoned from the tower. I'm not sure how he died exactly, if it was a dive or if it was just getting ganked, but they're getting zoned here. They can't enter. This is not worth the Drake. This is not worth the Drake. Their bot lane is out of the game. Needs to get up here instead of doing Drake, but he's doing Drake. So, too late now.
JackeyLove is now 700 gold ahead of Elk. And they're just going to keep forcing Elk away from this topside tower. 15 CS down, does now have his sums up, but he's only sitting on a cull.
I mean, Elk just watched about 3 full waves die to the tower, right? And there's nothing he could do about it. You try to walk through there, you are dead. Especially because we saw Shadow show on the bot side. We see where Knight is. There's no one there that can just kind of surprise and bail you out. So it's just really good aggressive play here from TES.
I guess optimally, Ziggs has ult up and he ults the top wave, right? He used it bot for nothing, but optimally, if he could use that for weak side, would be better. Because they go for the bot play, they fail, or maybe 369 just smurfs. Depends on how you want to look at it. I guess more so 369 smurfed it. But if that Ziggs ult goes top instead of bot, I feel like it's fine, no? Because then he can at least farm the wave that Elk cannot farm, and they can re-enter faster. But no one got the top wave now. They just lost a lot for this. I don't think that's worth the Drake. 1,000 gold down now, and they're gonna lose grubs most likely, which will lead to more gold. So sure, they have the first Drake, but they're in a really bad state from this, most likely. Unless they just flip a fight on the grubbies. I feel like TeS are stronger here. Can they include Ornn? Can Ornn push and move? Doesn't look like it. This is just free grub, no? 3 of them. TeS in a really good spot here.
The grubs being started by top.
Yep, On is in the area. Doesn't seem to have. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any interest in trying to contest here. BLG are just going to give it up. So Shadow just doing that rep up.
5.5 minutes for plates falling. They have 3 grubs, and their bot lane is in a really bad state. If they get dove again or ganked again and zoned from tower again, that tower falls, by the way. They're really in trouble here, BLG.
That is standing gold that they're going to be looking for.
We're 1 play away from this game being doomed, by the way.
The culling just immediately comes out. There's the barrier. And as I say it, JackeyLove and Hung show exactly why. Elk needs to back away.
We're 1 play away from this game being doomed. Like one top dive and this game is insta-GG, by the way. Have to cover top now. The Jarvan's gonna dive top, I feel like. And Rumble is just gonna keep weak siding. They have to cover top. BLG have to cover top here. Either have TPs ready or Sin needs to get up there. If they get dove here, it's GG. Oh, he's pinging. Yeah, need to help top right now. If they get dove here, they lose full tower. I don't like this from Shadow. Rumble will just play weak side. I don't think he's on the right side. Oh no. Oh no. We need to TP here early. Remember what I said before, it's pre 10 minutes. He's just gonna ult the wave. We need to get TP top, TP top. We need to TP top now. TP, 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 TP. Or? Oh, they're not diving. Lucian no mana, I guess. Alright, nice play then. Nice play then, but that was sketchy, I think. Could have been a top dive.
Combo there from Bin, giving no ability for 369 to react. He pops the R and then flashes forward to
this is nice.
It
has the base.
Judgment coming out. There's the heal as well. JackeyLove still has the flash on the barrier. We'll just use one of them.
This is post 10 minutes TP. These are fast ones. These are fast ones. These are fast TPs. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no. Oh no. They're gonna take top tower. Someone's gonna stay here and take top tower, no? Rumble, I guess.
What a play from the solo laners.
The post 10 minutes TPs are much better than the pre 10 minutes. It goes from like the slowest TP ever to a pretty fast TP. The second it dings 10 minutes. I guess he got overconfident from finally being able to play the game. Nora, Elk in this case. Like, it's an understandable play to go for. He has been suffering the entire game. The one-time Lucian is and he wants to play, he gets double TP'd on. Has the flash here. Tagged anyway, he's dead. He's dead. Nice Braum ult by Hung. I don't think it was necessarily a predict, but it was nice to hold it for a bit and snipe him on the flash.
Just walking around the
it looks really good for Test so far.
That initial flash forward from Hung, I was thinking, are you really going to be able to have enough to actually chase him down? But they knew their limits. They catch up, proc the concussive blows, and that is more than enough to get the kill onto Knight. And Knight has been playing pretty aggressive, pushing constantly. Now Ziggs with no flash is going to have to play a lot more defensive.
You talked about it in the draft. Kanavi's early game, one of the best early game junglers in the world, if not the best at times.
This is a full MR Ornn. So this lane assignment is good for Tess, because this Ornn built defensive items for Rumble. He didn't build any items for Lucian. So Lucian can easily play into him, no problem.
Top is playing well, but they need to be able to actually convert this into some objectives, right? That's the big concern now, because these kind of games
they're gonna get Drake here. They're much stronger.
You look at the gold lead, it's 5-1, but the other team has a dragon. You're only up 1k, and they scale really well. So it doesn't really mean much unless you can convert it into.
This should just be Drake to Test here. They're much stronger.
So now they're gonna try to turn this into a dragon here. TES in the area.
But in true LPL fashion, we're fighting anyway. We're just fucking fighting. TP behind, no? 6 actually has TP advantage. This is really good for BLG. There's a 6 behind them. No, wait, he TP'd mid. I'm trolling. Anyway, good. This guy's dead as well. In true LPL fashion, we just fucking fight anyway. I mean, this was nice, no? Because it was 4v3 and 6 TP. But why was Orianna not connected to the play? How was this a 4v3? Should at least be a 4v4, right? Unless 6 TP all the way and makes it a 5v4. But how is it a 4v3? Did Orianna just not connect to the play?
Right? It's nothing at all. And that is back-to-back dragons. It's going to be an
2 dragons is huge. Why is Orianna not connected on this play? What is Orianna doing? She's doing mid-wave. Does it matter if she's here? I mean, it helps for sure. I feel like she should be here. Like, if you're playing for space in river, you're putting wards, the Orianna just needs to be there. But then you can debate, is it a good play anyway? Because 6 has TP advantage. He TP'd on mid in this case, but he could have TP'd all the way behind them, right? And make it a 5v4. I think 4v3 is Orianna's bad. If it's 5v4, we can debate the call in the first place because of TP advantage. But in this case, I think Orianna just needs to be closer. No flash, by the way. Q snipe, yeah, got it. Has to flash out. Is Kanavi just 1v9 in the game or what? He's doing everything, you know? He did cheese gank bot into top gank, into zone for 1,000,000 waves, into the double TP play, he was there. Now he's there again, killing Knight in the jungle. little bit 1v9, no? This game? Kanavi? So many good play this game already, and it's only 14 minutes.
The gold lead on Jarvan, that's not going to be enough to get it done here at the end of the day. You need to keep these carries in a great spot. And JackeyLove wasn't able to kind of convert.
At least the Drake situation is good for BLG. Like, all things considered, they can farm, you know? The game is not necessarily going very well, but because they have 2 Drake, they can just farm and play late game. They don't have to stress about anything.
Potentially look towards first tower, which would be feats.
I was going to talk about that because if you're top esports, this early game has gone well if you have good split push threat. If you can 1-3-1 well, because you've got Grubs, you have a bit of a gold lead, your solo laners are in okay spots, but you can't really push into the Ornn because he just survives any push that is happening, and you can't push into a Ziggs because he just puts the explosive minefield
down. Nico. Push instead. Nice play. And Braum too. And Yunara got both of the kills. Wow. Mega play. Nice Nico play. Nice roam by Ornn.
Another kill, and now it's going to be objectives off the
That was a really nice play, no?
BLG
kind of disrespecting, I guess, Jackie and Hong here. Not sure what info they had. But I feel like if you're no flash Lucian and enemy Nico has flash, you need to be careful if enemy can be there more than 2. Because that could work as 3, you know? They didn't even need Ornn necessarily.
It's going to be a 3v4 in BLG's favor. And they just walk out. You used your teleport. Yeah, Cream can just walk down towards the bottom side, so it's not too wasted.
BLG are like
a little bit of desperation there from top esports trying to collapse.
Not bad at all this play, I think. They're really fighting back here. Complete disrespect. They actually have no info on top side though, but should anyway be careful, I think. Even if you don't know for sure where they are, you should be careful if you don't have flash, I think. And they do. TP behind. They're leaving the Rumble. Rumble is dead. Can't get more. Orianna no flash. Rumble, Orianna no flash. 1 for 0. Only cost you TP. Not bad at all. Getting a lot of good plays here, BLG. Fighting back well. In a game that shouldn't be this good for them, I think.
Nice aggressive TPs in this game thus far. Both teams really making it work.
I feel like game state was
it does feel like BLG
quite horrible actually early on.
Further ahead here. Bin closing in on level 12, getting closer and closer towards.
And now they're ahead with 2 Drakes. All of a sudden, it looks like BLG are winning this game.
Slight gold lead on this Yunara, who had been focused very heavily. You know, Kanavi was down there early. They're utilizing 369 multiple times to get preferential lane set.
The Herald as well doesn't even lose HP. It's gonna crash, but it doesn't lose HP. And now you can crash it because it's full HP still.
We've gone from 1,000 gold lead for top esports to a 2K lead for BLG. Shadow here. Look for the damage on the
nice.
Rift Tower charging in. There's a Drake up in 40 seconds, so they just want the pressure. Meanwhile, Cream
this Drake is everything, no?
in the top lane, but Knight is answering that with pressure down.
Maybe Braum has to base fast. He's low.
Nice map play here from BLG. Of course.
Wait, they get this tower as well? No way.
But you do not win trades
really?
like this against Herald and Ziggs. The tower is going to die.
They get this tower as well. And engage. Rumble no flash, by the way. Wait, they're smurfing. This is such a good play. And now they get Drake. What? 3,000 gold ahead with 3 Drakes. What happened? Wait, how is this game over?
They even got the tier 2 tower in the midst of that, so it is getting worse and worse. Knight had this incredibly
This is a nice play, honestly. Lucian is farming mid, Orianna is not here, Rumble has no flash, you're 5.
They have that Ziggs ult to follow up. Everyone piles in. They knew Cream wouldn't be here because he had been recalling on that top side. So they just full send it. They kill the tier 2. They knock down
and that's
the players.
soul points.
Shit,
they're owning them now.
BLG
they were in such a bad spot, and now it's really good situation.
JackeyLove has 7 stacks on a Road of Ages, and that's Cream has 7 stacks on a Road of Ages, and that's it. You got an Essence Reaver, a Navori Flicker Blades, only 1 item on Kanavi. They're not in a strong enough spot to fight BLG at this next Drake. They really need
I guess they didn't play very well with the lead, no? Test. They were really ahead, and they played kind of disrespectful with the lead. Gave a lot of gold over shutdowns, I guess, as well. Like when Rumble died weak side at one time, or when they overplayed top before and got tipped behind, or mid when he's just walking up and dying. I'm not sure how many of those kills were shutdowns.
not doing it as well as Bin can.
But for sure, very disrespectful with the lead this game.
Exactly. Bin knows he's going to die, but he just wastes so much of their time on a
That's a kill mid, tier 2 mid, and tier 3 mid. Worked for sure. Only your tank died.
Not only do they get 1 tower, they get 2 towers, and guess what Shadow is doing? He's taking your whole jungle in the meanwhile. So yeah, you killed Bin, congrats, but you lost everything else.
And this is much more what we expected from BLG coming into this tournament. Everyone actually aligning and being synergized on their goals. Everyone feels like they know exactly where they need to be, when they need to be there, when they have to teleport, when they can look for the engages. In other games, you see an on going in and the rest of the team running away. Here, BLG much more aligned on exactly how they want to play.
They really are, and it may just be that... Oh.
Bomba.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's that kind of game.
It's the reason he's won. Like, this guy's won the most titles of anyone in the LPL. There's a reason for it, and things like that just show how good he is. It's because he steals red buffs.
That's what you picked the Ziggs for.
Exactly,
it's not about the lane match.
No. Come on. It's the most impactful thing that we've seen in this game.
I feel like it's a really powerful
it's an incorrect statement. We can both agree, but it was funny in the moment.
draft card to have, no? If you can give Azir or give Orianna and play Ziggs.
All he's trying to do is get vision with on.
A lot of other teams have to ban those champs, but it seems like BLG can just play against them. With Ziggs. Feels really powerful to have this in draft. To not have to ban Azir Orianna every game, but actually be able to play into them instead.
There's a flank from Shadow. He's all the way behind them here, Azael.
See, Shadow's looking.
Oh, it's On actually who's got the flank. It's all the Zin on the minimap, and
yeah, look at On behind, look at On, look at On, look at On, look at Nico. Wow, the Rumble ult is pretty good though.
Yes! As a great
Bomba.
comes out from BLG, they continue to flash forward. Cream trying to survive,
that was sick. That was, and TP behind, they're wiped. And that's low-key game, no? They can end. Eesh. Nice TP. I don't think they end, but maybe double inhib or at least bot tower. Wow, wow.
He is not off. This man is on
And
he is on.
That was sick.
Nico. How many plays have we seen started off by these beautiful Nico
sick.
flanks? This one was perfection. Started by On and finished off by Knight. TP's down. The flanking Ziggs to
Soul in
finish off
150.
the play. They grab the Otacon. Nearly a 7,000 gold lead now. This game started.
Have to fight this Soul
like
if you're Tess. But you're really behind now. Wow, that was a sick Nico ult, by the way.
Right here,
boom.
As On finds a picture-perfect engage. Deep flank, never spotted, gets all 4. You die, who cares? Your job is done. You have won the fight for the squad. And then you think maybe Hong Kanavi can get away.
Nope,
but not
TP
even
behind.
that will happen.
Cannot get out.
An earlier
Nice
ward
TP.
placed by On. Another assist for him.
Just beautiful. BLG as well engaging just before On's in vision range to get the flashes out of Top Esports so they can't flash away from the Pop Blossom when it comes in. That's the coordination you come to expect from the LPL #1 seeds. Elk now with 516 international kills, surpassing Gala, another incredibly decorated LPL player for 9th all-time. And I think Elk today having a great performance on this Yunawa has been well protected by BLG. Exactly where he needs to be. Drake up in 40 seconds, Ocean Soul available. For Billy Gaming, for Top Esports, you're looking at a 6K gold deficit and wondering, how do we get back into this?
Soul in 30.
That is the question on your mind.
Have to fight. Not sure how.
When you're looking over at
go from bot, I guess, but they're already here. Might get hunted here. Have to go from bot. You see what I told you yesterday? Often when you're in a losing position and have no control, you just go from the side of the objective. But BLG are reading this play very well and blocking it. It's almost always the same.
Top Esports, they don't have a true tank.
Because from the mid section / ramp, it's just not possible. It's going to be full warded, full pinged. But here you see it's less wards, less guarded. But BLG did well to read this play, I think. They were here quite early blocking. So it's not that easy for them, even if they come from this angle. Like this Drake is just gone. Yes, EQ out. It's just gone. Run. Everybody run. What do you do now? We have 1 minute to Baron, but you have Soul. So you could just walk up and take double inhib. I think if you walk up, take double inhib right now, and then play the Baron, it's better, no? Or how do you do this? You just play the Baron right away, 1 minute?
Yeah, well, good luck.
Maybe better.
as you have JackeyLove here, who's quite
I think your options are either play double inhib into Baron, or just base and set up Baron and get top tier 2 in the midst of the setup, maybe.
This Bin Ornn is...
Like, if you base here and go top side and you set up all the vision, you're gonna get top tier 2 eventually anyway. And you can play the Baron at the same time. Maybe better than double inhib.
Which is about between 4 and 6k worth of stats, 12,000 gold ahead. And then you see the fact they have 26 more petals from the Atakan than their opposing team, and you say, okay, that's probably another 2k.
Shadow got it.
So it's around a 15,000 gold lead. And the ornaments, 20k. Just
How about some scaling advantages as well?
Oh
what else
God.
we got for us?
Just in such a strong position right now. For top esports, like, you're looking for a pick, you're looking to try and catch someone out, but it's hard into double TP, it's hard into Crescent Guard because he negates so much damage, it's hard into pop.
That was bug, no? Did you see that? He E-ed the Braum, but he didn't go over the wall. That looked like a bug.
They'll just push in these waves and then turn their eyes towards that team buff.
And it's also hard because no matter where you go, it feels like On just spawns in behind TES with a perfect flank ready to kick off. And here he comes again.
Looking for Kanavi, gets him right
nice
on the
engage.
tip of it. Kanavi with the
Rumble ult is decent though. And he survived. He died. That's Baron. Or game. Maybe game.
Make it 2 down.
No, that's Baron.
BLG might just push in for the win here as Cream is being chased out. Instead, they decide the buff
nice
is
engage once again by On.
We got the AD carry. Let's take the blue, let's take the Baron.
Cream just did a shockwave on multiple members, and I don't think I saw their health move.
He's got Horizon Focus, 10 stacks rod, man. This guy does not do damage.
It's scaling. Give him a few minutes.
Well, one thing you can say about On is he's never chicken, as he's hiding in this mid lane.
Fair.
There's a Raptor there. Who could it be?
Coming to the Rift next year.
And there we go. BLG will take the Baron. Expect the
Who could it be?
To come out here. I wonder if Elk actually has a 4th item already complete. Yeah, 2,500 gold ahead. Gets the last Whisper and just a control ward. 14 stacks as well on Knight's Medjais. They can look for a 1-3-1 if they want, with the Ornn and the Ziggs being this big.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely can, but I don't even know, if they will or if they'll just play through 2 lanes and just kind of really try to ram it home when you're this far ahead. I feel like splitting up is maybe one of the only ways you could lose. And Knight even completing the Shadow Flame off the back of that, so the burst is going to be that much more terrifying now. And they really do feel like they are one fight away from closing out this first game in an extremely dominant fashion here.
And in much more convincing fashion than we've seen them win so far at this tournament. The damage on Cream, man. Just has to walk away from it. That tower's already forfeit. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Bin continues to push in, trying to sink these waves up. On will clear out the vision. Hung looking for that Winter's Bite. Does connect to the shockwave down, but Cream's almost dead. The bouncing bomb not quite enough to kill him off. Elko can step back forward. Shadow diving in. Only a cannon minion here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Bin has a couple of waves to help him.
That was a nice try.
Bot wave still
honestly.
A long way away, but BLG
nice shockwave on double carry. Got flash of Ziggs as well.
They have another wave to bolster their attack on this top side.
I mean,
doesn't really mean much since they have Ocean Soul.
So they're right back to full health, and Bin has already knocked
nice
down the first inhibitor. Second one is gone. It's 2 autos and a satchel, and everything is just going to die.
When do you go? When do you attack as top esports? Because BLG are close enough now that you can't just pick off an isolated member. They'll push him with triple cannons.
I think if they get this bot inhib, you lose the games. You might as well fight here now. Triple inhib is usually GG. You just fight here now. Have to. Fight. Or?
Gold, just the gold lead as Hung has to flash away just from Shadow. Mega Inferno bomb block with the Unbreakable Redemption down, not in time. Even with the
nice play by Elk.
Help him out. Hung cannot survive.
That W flash or flash W was really nice by Elk. W flash auto, something like that.
It's not going to equalize this game at all. 369 gets a couple, but BLG get the base.
Wow. Really impressive game, no? From BLG. They had a really bad early game, and game looked rough, and then anyway, just hard stomp. Got the Drakes, got a few plays back, and then it just looked like they were better. Wow. That was quite an impressive game, honestly.
Even like an Akali or a Sylas, just like
literally plays every other game in champion in the game, I guess. Minus Syndra, Chovy. Renekton on first pick. Really?
They're going to try to bait, I think, Cream into playing it. We'll see.
And if you're looking for someone who can just...
But if my memory serves me right, Knight is not big on Azir. Because normally here, Azir is first pick, no? Azir or Aurora, I feel like. I'm surprised Renekton is first pick.
Key carries for the lineup. Last game,
there's Azir. I know Cream plays it for sure. He just played it the other day. But I'm not sure about Knight Azir. I feel like Knight prefers other champions like Aurora, Ziggs he just played. He played LeBlanc really well. I think he plays Ahri really well. His Talia is really good. I'm just not sure about his Azir. I feel like Azir is the one champion Knight doesn't really play, and Syndra is the one champion Chovy doesn't really play.
That's kind of where my mind is at right now. But we have also
Vi against Trundle feels alright. Trundle blind is a little bit strange.
You go that style too and play things like that are less common.
I would much rather have the Vi. Still not sure about this Renekton first pick. Victor feels like a Knight pick, you know, more so than Azir. What do you play into this Renekton though? Like, is this Renekton first pick actually good? Do you have nothing to play into it? Knight plays a really good Syndra. He plays a really good Syndra. He plays a pretty good Akali as well, no? But his Aurora is better. Yep, I like Aurora. But he's not big in Assyria. Gnar into Renekton feels like a classic.
Like the Ahri that he is very famous for. But it is going to be Aurora at the end of the
K'Sante
day.
I like less. Gnar I like more.
Anything work, and this is something that is going to put a
At least Gnar gets some value in the matchup, right? If you're playing K'Sante into Renekton, I feel like the Renekton blind wasn't that bad. Because it didn't really get punished. I feel like into Gnar it would get punished more. Because now into K'Sante is just a fine pick no matter what. I would have preferred the Gnar.
Top Esports coming out as the victors. The second one going 1-0-0-1. 0-0, sorry, not having as much of an impact as he'd like, and that was Cream on the
Actually, Poppy instead of Vi would have been insane, no? Imagine this was Poppy. Would this not be crazy? Value?
Knight has played it a ton though this year.
They just no, I'm trolling. Sorry, I'm trolling. My brain for whatever reason told me this was Vi. Sorry.
369 on tanks. We have seen
for whatever reason, my brain was like they picked Vi Azir 1-2. If you went Poppy, it's such a nice angle. But actually, they have Trundle. My bad. Okay, AD carries. We have Kai'Sa open, Syra Khan open. No Lucian, no Yunara from before. Caitlyn is already banned. Ezreal is already banned. I think Corki, Syra Khan, Kai'Sa.
If I'm banning SBLG, you either want to ban Enchantress.
Renata ban, I'm surprised.
Things that can absorb the engage that you're drafting for. Things like Xayah would be what I would thinking of. I think Xayah would make sense as a ban.
Corki ban comes in. I think Syra Khan and Kai'Sa are the big ones here.
Xayah makes a ton of sense here, unless you want to double ban Enchantress. And Renata's kind of like the king Enchanter against Hard Engage.
Also, Xayah is the most picked for Jackie Love in summer. So it's his most consistent champion. Obviously plays it incredibly well, as do most AD carries all around the world. So wouldn't be surprised if we see that Xayah ban at all. There's also something like the Sivir. If you want to make sure your Vi engage can definitely get off, you can smite
There's
the
Xayah ban. So Kai'Sa, I think, is by far the best, no?
There is the Xayah ban. So we'll see if Top Esports decide to go towards that Sivir, or if they want something like the Jhin that can stand a little bit further back, have that range, just use the curtain call to facilitate the start of the fight.
Yep, I mean, Varus can kind of do similar things too. If you want to go lethality Varus, you kind of just sit back and try to just poke with that. But of course,
I really like Sivir for Elk if he locks his Varus.
It can be really difficult if they do get in on top of you, and people have not really been a fan of.
Like, let's say you go Sivir Alistar, no? Here, it's not bad, or?
That is going to be the option.
I guess you can get. No, but Bard is not that good for them. Yeah, I like Sivir Alistar here.
Are they going to go what would be the expected pick, something along the lines of like Rel or just
I really like this. Nice. And I think here normally Bard would be the one, but he has no targets, you know. Bard is not good against Sivir, and he's not good against Aurora, so I like something else. Yeah, I like Poppy more. Poppy's good into Alistar. Poppy's good into Vi. To be fair, this Poppy pick is kind of Giga, no? If you think about it. Like, actually, Poppy's Giga pick here. They should have banned Poppy for this. They should have banned Poppy for Vi already, I think. Now it's such a Giga pick, Poppy. Normally Bard would be insane there, but I think Poppy's even better. I guess that's a good way to think about it, right? If you're 5 pick here, let's say you're Hong here, right? You go Bard against immobile champions. Non-dash champions, you pick Bard. But against dash champions, you pick Poppy. You see what I mean? Like, you could fit Bard here against another composition, but you can fit Poppy against this one. Like, 5 pick here has high value because you pick the champion that fits against enemy champs no matter what. Bard against no dash, Poppy against dash. Actually, no matter what, his 5 pick is insane there, unless they ban Poppy, but they probably should ban Poppy. Maybe I should really learn Poppy for next year, no? Because if I could have this threat as well, would be nice, I think. Maybe I should really learn Poppy, actually. Because then I can punish no dash compositions with Bard. I already play really good Bard. And if I learn Poppy well as well, I can pick Poppy against dash champions too. So then I can just punish them no matter what, you know? You pick no dash, slap on the wrist with Bard. You pick dash, slap on the wrist with Poppy. I can always punish them. I think I should learn this. Then I have two champions that I have two champions that do two different things. But no matter what they do, I can punish. Yeah, that makes sense. I should learn Poppy for this situation, I think. Because normally I'll pick Bard here, but Bard actually has no value in theory. I will move myself.
Then you start getting into these luxury items. Then you're looking at GAs. Then you're looking at Zhonya's. Then you're looking at all of these answers for what BLG's composition is meant to do. So there is some pressure. Of course, you do obviously have that Sivir as your kind of like, that's your fallback plan or whatever you want to call it.
Any funny business this game? That's mana flow for Varus. He can base still though, it's only 1 minute, he has time to base. Any funny business here? Is there a Varus laning top or is there a Sivir laning top? Cancel his base, no? Yeah.
We do have 100 international games for 369 all time across his career.
Nice movement by Alistar.
To him, looking to make it at least 101 here at Worlds 2025.
Jackie being pretty annoying here, actually. Gets his mana flow brand proc.
Poppy has really good positioning here. They're gonna be able to zone them a bit from bot lane. No funny business with swaps or anything, but Sivir Alistar very late to lane here. Could throw a buckle here, or Q this Alistar, or E this Alistar. Q, buckle, buckle, yeah.
Alistar level 1 is just not
very nice.
Right? And now you're down half of your HP, so that's kind of your 2 potions gone.
One day my chat will be on screen. One day. I look forward to this day. Today is not that day.
W start.
Keep it up, Chattermans. Chatterwomans, Chattermans, Chatter peeps. Keep it up, keep it up. One day, one day. It's not an easy lane for Sivir Alistar, but Sivir is kind of OP right now because you can always push no matter what with W. Her W got buffed and she's just really... That's a nice heal into combo by Alistar. He gets a Nimbus Cloak movement speed. It's just really easy for Sivir to push right now after the W buff. Her W just deals so much damage to minion, so the splash just kills everything pretty much. Already level 1.
But the move speed gets him in range, allows that combo to come through, follow it up with the Boomerang Blade, get a nice little chunk down on your opponent. So now JackeyLove is the one who has to use his potion. Elk still is sitting on his. Of course, there isn't a sustained advantage there for Hong, who is still sitting on 2 potions, but nice little bit of trading. Both these laners, you know, trying to play for every little advantage. TES getting the early chunk, but BLG just knowing how to play it out.
So important that you do it just before the level 2 comes out, because either the Steadfast Presence or the charge from Poppy would spell disaster there. You're either getting knocked up as you go in for your CC, or you're getting knocked back underneath the tower as you go in for your CC, both of which not the best states to be in as a cow at level 2. 369 and Bin constantly trading up here in towards the top side. Both of them will be happy enough. Bin's actually on his most played this split. 12 games on this Renekton.
Freezing this? No, canceling recall.
You see On took an early recall. Elk had to stay around here. Spell shield there for a little bit of a heal. JackeyLove trying to slowly whittle away on this tower. Kanavi has arrived, but because On is here, I don't really think there's a dive angle. I think they were maybe saying, hey, it's worth spending a little bit of time here. I'm slower to start the scuttle, but if Hong went mid lane or Hong was looking for something else, then that could have been a dive.
Knight trading with Cream here. Shadow looking
this could be good. Q flash.
Out from Knight. Cream has
to respect it.
Respects the Q flash there from Shadow.
Yeah, I like that. That's well played by Shadow. Basically, Cream has to, because if he late Q flashes on you, you're just dead. So just don't even use your flash. You can kind of play that game. Sometimes people get really risky and then not use their flash either, but well played, putting that pressure on. Knight still quite low here, but wants to push in the wave, and I don't think Cream's going to be able to stop him.
Knight didn't know exactly where Kanavi was there, but kind of anticipated him having backed, hiding around the corner out of vision. You could see Kanavi stayed around. It's like, okay, a recall time is about 8 seconds. We don't see Knight in the lane.
Stay into this wave? Yeah, you do.
Around the corner to push
I think Asir will stay too.
A really bad spot for him if both of them had just recalled
stay, no?
and the teleports had come back in. So Knight here
does he make this TP? I think I would prefer him to stay because he's going to TP on the minion. But this TP is so slow, you know? He has time to do this wave. The Poppy freeze is nice, but he gets all the wave. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I think I would have stayed with Asir there if I was playing. Because he always gets that wave in time because TP being so slow nowadays. So it's not really possible to base TP on the wave and stop the push out anymore. You just need to contest the wave from before.
Well, though, in this 1v1,
before tipping, I guess.
Push, but also really being a menace.
Not important.
All of these range minions.
Not important.
369 tries to walk forward and farm these range minions. He's always getting harassed. He is getting stunned up and chipped away at, which is, has put him down close to that 10 CS mark. There may be a couple more for him to farm, but still really nice early laning by Bin on this Renekton. And that's what you want to see to really make this pick worthwhile.
It's going to end up being about one full wave if 369 manages to pick up all of these, but he's also got the plate, so in a really good spot. And as you say, you want this Renekton to get towards those 1 to 2 item power points so that when you get team fights around the Drakes, he can be trying to isolate Jackie on the back line. He can be another point of pressure. We talked about the multi-pronged approach, kind of a quadrant,
especially if it's this QE here.
Out here from BLG, you have Bin from one flank, you have Shadow from another, you have Knight from another, you have On from another.
Does he make this? They're pinging to go there, but I don't think he makes it.
Trying to get onto top esports, but for the moment with the push in the bot lane from Jackie Love and Hung, they will be able to secure this first Drake.
Sometimes, you get fancy with it, you do what you're talking about, all the finesse, and sometimes instead of 4 points of a spear, you just become one big club.
Yep.
Everyone just goes together, press all your buttons at once, see what happens, and sometimes that's the best way to play it. Knight hit 6, immediately used his ult onto Cream to try to get a chunk, but Cream just got out of there in a hurry, so he didn't really get much of anything for it. And now again, Hung shows up mid. Oh, nicely played there by 369. Flips in Bin and knew with the Pathmaker he was going to get put under the tower, so had to use the flash. That's the frustrating thing about K'Sante is he can just hold this wave just outside his tower, and you always have to respect that not only do his abilities put you under the tower, they also kill the wave at the same time.
And then there's the all-out follow-up after it, so you're just locked there for an absolute age. Cease and desist going down onto Cream.
He's going to get shoved into the tower, no? Yeah, that's a flash.
Has to flash. We all saw that one coming. The Emperor's Divide would have knocked Shadow back underneath that turret. We see the swap coming out first from top esports. Jackie Love actually going up towards top pit.
You say we all did, but I don't think Shadow did.
Okay, I think he saw it as soon as he got pulled back. Yeah. I think he was like, okay, yeah, maybe not the best idea to stay here.
You have some time to think about what you've done.
It's like when you twisted advance someone and they dash underneath their tower. Yeah. Oh, maybe not the best idea. Yeah. As first play from either jungler, really. We saw, Kanavi spending a little bit of time around bot, but
Sivir is just both, so are they fighting the grubs without AD carry, which is possible. Like, Alistar could go up, Sivir lanes alone, and then they just play 4v4 with the Renekton instead of the Sivir. That's possible. But it's quite unusual to have top laner into AD carry and AD carry into top laner at this time of the game, because normally you want your AD carry up here to fight the grubs. So either they're fighting the grubs without him, or they're not fighting.
Some extra experience, some extra solo gold, has only got the Cull, and Bin is actually just staying in the 2v1.
This is going to be up here.
But giving grubs feels really bad, so I wonder if you just have to go and fight anyway. Can K'Sante push and move? Are they in trouble here, Tess? Sorry, VLG. Tess seems to just start this with K'Sante move, and Sivir bot lane means no contest, right? That's just free.
So this should be the grubs for TES. A nice early bit of lane.
So they got Drake and grubs this game, uncontested.
Go down bot to catch that wave eventually.
That's nice.
Yeah, and this was my thought. Right? You have a numbers advantage. You know the Sivir doesn't have teleport, so top esports will get the first Drake and 3 grubs. 2 of those objective slaying feats as Shadow tries to steal one away. Maybe they'll look for Kanavi.
No, they're just rage fighting. They're rage fighting now.
Shadow doesn't have that cease and desist.
Yep, doesn't have the cease and desist. And doesn't
Looked
have
angry there for a second.
When did he lose that?
On that great gank.
Yep, true.
When he forced out the ultimate from the Azir.
Good job.
Yeah. But, at the end of the day, not that big of a deal. BLG,
kind of strange decision-making here by BLG in my head.
The compositions are very different. And I do feel like there's more pressure on BLG to be able to create action.
In my mind.
Of course,
I guess you
can always
just
head, sometimes outplay, in these late game compositions, and then it doesn't really matter. You step one foot in the wrong spot as Jackie Love or Cream, and maybe you just die, even in a late game fight. But when you talk about scaling, I think a lot of times...
I guess the Sivir is happy. Sivir gets to lane alone, and Renekton can do stuff like this to break. Break the freeze. Shouldn't die, right? It's just Q, stun, E out. Yeah, he's good. I mean, it's happy time for Sivir. He's laning alone, getting solo XP. But they are losing every objective so far, while getting nothing back.
But what shape was that?
Oh, that was, a perfect apple.
Oh, cheese gank.
Spheroid.
Cheese gank. Cheese gank. Top build has to be huge here if they want to live this. W. Poppy is not W. Wait. Poppy played that.
Not very good. But really, BLG will be
Right into Poppy W.
with their prize of the kill on Jackie.
The Alistar.
How about that engage from On? W to the Poppy, flash into the middle of them, Q.
I mean, it was well played by BLG, but I think he could have saved that play, no, with Poppy. If he W's the Alistar and channels ult, he can stop it, no?
Said they had to kind of find some of these aggressive moves, and they absolutely were able to.
But it's also one they shouldn't really have been able to find, because Steadfast Presence exists. Unless we saw Hung use it earlier on in the lane as they were trying to push it up. His Bin's caught out, all out from 369.
Kasante.
No Dominus on Bin. On now
We've seen it all before, and we're gonna see it a million times more. Fucking Kasante. Ooh, nice shuffle. Anyway, losing? Anyway, losing? Oh, they're so low. Anyway, losing. Wow. Wait, how is this fight losing?
Nice fight there from BLG.
How did BLG win that fight? Is that full item Vi making a difference? How is that a winning fight? Must be full item Vi making a difference, right? Because Vi has no ult from top.
Down to the slimmest of margins, it is always Knight
so
that
how can that be
seems to
winning?
win out. Makes the roam happen here. The Ghost actually being pretty critical here for On, as he popped the Ghost pretty early, kind of just headbutts him away, runs away, and then Kanavi here flashes in to follow, but gets trample stunned, and then all of a sudden,
how does Vi just live here? She autos everyone for HP or what?
Down on multiple members. Shadow is able to turn and finish one off.
He has the item, that's why. If Vi doesn't have item here, I think they're losing, by the way.
So Cream can't actually stay around.
It's all about the Vi item, this fight.
They juggle the health bars there so well, just using the HP as a resource, everyone just coming in and out as their spells are up and ready. And BLG just play that skirmish out beautifully and come away with a 1.3k advantage. But it is TES coming out of that replay with 2 dragons now.
We have a bit of a swip swap.
Mid play. Has ult. No shove. Sorry, no shuffle, no flash. Dead or alive? It's gonna be 1. Oi! 1v2! They don't have damage. No Aurora ult, no damage, I guess. And the Vi Q doesn't hit either, right? Because he does Q into ult. TP out. Smart.
There's no more CC that can interrupt that cast.
Nicely done by Knight to escape.
Did Shadow have flash in this play? Because if you have flash in this play, I guess you need to Q flash to land the Q damage, right? Because if you do Q ult, you don't really deal any damage, and Aurora doesn't have ult, so you don't have damage then. So then the Vi has to flash, right, to get in range for a Q damage, if you understand what I mean. Because if you do Q and then ult, all your damage is the ult, right? But if you do Q flash, the Q tags with the damage, then you can even auto, ult, auto, can do much more damage that way. I think if they had Aurora ult, it's fine to play it Q into ult for Vi, but if they don't have Aurora ult, the damage is lacking for sure if Vi doesn't hit every spell. We have no E here on Renekton. We might be inting here, by the way. Ooh, we flashed as well and got pulled anyway. I actually hate that Kasante mechanic so much. Because there, Renekton clicks flash, but because the Kasante is already clicking ult, he will... Like, he flashes, but he goes back and gets him, you know? He gets the Renekton post-flash anyway. I actually hate that mechanic so much. I feel like he should be able to flash out there.
Built himself a nice early edge.
Or not be able to flash at all, because it's so awkward when you flash and get pulled back anyway.
Sure, there's an Aurora, but like, in what world is the Aurora spending all their damage onto the Kasante and you're winning the fight, right? It just doesn't exist. So already has a full Thornmail plus the Tabbies. That is kind of everyone's consistent
Sorry, a little bit tired today.
Over on the BLG side, and sure, there's a Black Cleaver.
Woke up very early.
Sure, the Sivir is going to scale well, but
I'll get there. Don't worry.
A real pain for BLG's composition to deal with.
Especially when T1 starts playing, then we're 110% locked in. Gotta change for that as well. Gotta support the boys.
Almost gets the flash head,
NT.
quite find it. Cream with
NT
gliding his way away. Top Esports here, just making sure that Cream can get the wave all the way in. Could play for the first tower if they want. The plates have just fallen off, and no real threat from BLG anywhere else. Bin clears the wave, pillar down, and the wave is.
Yeah, honestly, all Poppy has to do is stand there, no, and click W. That's it.
20, 25 seconds.
At some point, they're going to have to send it on this Azir, and if he's ready to click W on the follow-up, because he can't cancel Vi ult, right? He can cancel Vi Q and Alistar spell and Renekton spell and Aurora spell, but he cannot cancel Vi ult, right? Can Poppy W cancel Aurora ult? No, but it can cancel Aurora W, right? And Aurora E.
You already know there's no flash on
Or am I crazy?
There's not really any chance of a setup. He's always going to be able to react very comfortably with the Azir ult if they try to combo in or anything like that. So really
cannot cancel Vi ult, I think, and cannot cancel Aurora ult, I think, but that's it, right? Everything else you can cancel with Poppy W in this game. Like Aurora can enter her wall if she wants, and Vi can ult if she wants, and that's it, right? Everything else you can... Oh, nice ignite. Everything else you can make. So Poppy just needs to stand there and W, and then if Vi ults, ult as well, I guess. Since you can't cancel that spell, I think if you see that spell, you just start your ult, probably as Poppy. Like your job is W until Vi or Aurora ults, and if those ults happen, you just channel your ult and you throw someone away. Something like this.
Azir, you hit this and you just start doing so much damage, and Bin knows he had to clear out that wave, wanted to defend the tower. They do not want to lose that because that.
All in this as Renekton, or what do you do?
Cream's just going to keep pushing here, and he has the grubs. Every time Bin steps up,
so bad to lose this.
Slowly getting chipped away at.
Focus on the wave.
We'll be able to clear out this wave though. Cream definitely having to work for it. The problem is they're not really pushing on anywhere else, so it's not like BLG are close to grabbing a tower elsewhere. And if TES do get this Herald, you have to feel like that's going to be feats going their way with the tower as well.
Should definitely be the first tower if they manage to get that Herald. Get the charge off. Shadow looking for Hong. Goes in for just a little chip damage. Heal out from Hong. And BLG, they have to be defensive. They have to step back a little bit. There's the first tower. Cream steps forward, knowing there's no jungler on this side of the map, knowing that Elkanon are up towards that top side. There's the beats for top esports. BLG feel like they're trying to scale for second items at the moment, just accepting waves rather than being able to do anything.
This Drake is huge, no?
Yeah, they are. And I mean,
Soul point if they get this. They're giving this?
Really feel like one of these games that is
wow, that's a risky decision. Like, at least you get the Herald. You're gonna get some gold back. You're gonna get the Herald. Maybe top tier 1. But enemy has soul point for the entire game. At 17 minutes.
They're just going to try to trade for Herald. They're going to try to get some more gold.
Risky decision making here by BLG, I think. I would have rather fought this. Very, very risky to give this.
Hard engaged comp here, with this Vi, with this Aurora, and you're looking at Mountain Soul. That's one of the worst, if not the worst, souls to actually see as an opportunity for TES.
Especially when you talked about the Cassante just being able to build armor as well, right? It's getting buffed up 5% per Mountain Drake you have, will be 10% if they get the soul. And then you have the shield on top of it that scales off bonus health, AD, AP. It's so tricky for BLG, and we talked about it in draft. This is one of those games that does just snowball really quickly if one team gets ahead.
Might be going to game 3 here. Low-key have to play this game perfect if you want to win as BLG, because one mistake and Soul, I don't know. It's one of the worst Souls, right, with Mountain Soul, as I've said before. Like 5th or 6th best Soul in the game. But still Soul,
So we're never really under any threat.
And it always feels
still
weird,
strong.
Sometimes I think for people who are listening to
this guy killable? This guy's not killable.
You look at the gold and you're like, it's 3
even if you hit everything, he just doesn't die, right? Like you hit him a bit, and that's it.
And that's why I
50 damage.
This is going to be a one-fight game.
Yeah, waste of time. Cassante champion, Omega Lul.
In about 4 minutes, BLG is going to show up, and if they win that, then they can maybe turn that into something more. You win that, you get that dragon, you get an Otacon, all of a sudden you build a big advantage, and maybe you can start to really push that in your favor. But if TES are able to win that and get Soul, barring some really crazy stuff, it's pretty much lights out. So that is why we are talking about it being, so favorable, the position in the game for TES. They're just really comfortable compositionally and objective-wise.
I also think around the times they have to fight, which is 3 minutes time for the Mountain Soul, BLG at 2 items will be weaker than top esports at 2 items. They have a little bit more gold as well, but I love a 2-item Varus with Mana Moon fully stacked up. Cream has already got his Nash's Tooth, building up to his next item with that Haunting Guise in the Faded Ashes. Like, in terms of relative power, I take the right side comp, the red side comp, at 2 items more than I take the blue side comp.
But what if Knight flanks and then one-shots their carries?
Sure. And that's the thing.
There you go.
Right?
And that's always the thing, right?
That's the thing, Knight. And he does it so often. This guy, in my opinion, probably the best player to ever come out of the LPL, at least the most consistently top player to ever come out of the LPL. He does that in moments like this, in games like this. The question is, can he do it? And even if he does it once, it's not enough. BLG need to win the first fight and then probably 2 or 3 subsequent fights to really get back in the game. They'll put the Rift Herald down mid to try and crack this tier 1. The pillar comes out to stop the charge.
Nice pillar.
Na'Vi Puts the traffic cone up, says, excuse me, can't park here, sir. Kills off the Rift Herald before it gets its charge in.
You think you'd just get a ticket for parking in the wrong place?
Yeah.
Just brutally murdered.
Look, man.
Runeterra is ruthless.
Yeah, of course it is. Cream, though. Good engage here from Shadow, but with the Emperor's Divide, he'll lock him up. Knight pops at the Between Worlds and then puts it down because he doesn't want to bounce back in as Top Esports begin to collapse onto On. Pulverize.
Might have to
not
flash
caught
here.
out with that Pathmaker. On has to flash away. Top Esports collapse incredibly quickly. 6 seconds on the Otacon.
Yeah, they do collapse really quickly, but they want to try to get more because look at the other waves here. Bin is pushing bot for free, and we can see Sivir shoving up mid for free as well. So they kind of need to get more than just that flash, it feels like right now. We are expecting that bot lane tower to go down for sure. Elk won't
Might have a fight mid here, by the way. If he takes his tower, he can use all anymore. Look, mid.
Hit with that Q3, Elk gets the mid lane tower as he trades onto Jackalope, but the spell shield doesn't block the piercing arrow barrier coming out from Elk. Meanwhile, Cream engaging on Star, who uses the Weirding to try and dodge away. The dive in by 369 isn't going to be enough as On's caught down towards the bottom side. Elk able to walk away in mid. Meanwhile, Bin continues to push a tier 2 perhaps of Top Esports towards this top lane.
I think they should leave, yeah.
Leave. Coming in, Knight's looking for the re-engage. Weirding onto Cream, gets the slow, gets the damage. Shadow goes between the uprights.
Wait, actually, Varus is not here. Nice pop ult. Gotta run, no? It's 4v5. Wait, Elk is dead. Wait, that pop ult was huge, no? That was such a nice pop ult. 4v5 winning fight? Soul in 1 minute. Do you do Otacon here, or do you just base for Soul? Nice pop ult, honestly. You do this, or you base for Soul? It looks like they're doing it, no?
On JackeyLove's ultimate, but now it's TES forcing the Otacon here. BLG, no
redemption to heal. Nice redemption.
Top Esports will be low. Armor Magic is shredded by
Shadow will be here, but it's 5v4 now. Alistar no ult, no flash. Renekton no ult, no flash. Aurora has ult, but no flash. It's just free into base into Soul.
By Kanavi and Top Esports.
I think if they get the Soul game Ensor, Soul plus Otacon.
To BLG in the first 21.5 minutes of this game.
And now we have to take stock of all the resources here because it's 20 seconds until Soul. They just
only Vi has flash. Varus still has and K'Sante. 3 flashes up. Everyone else down. Tricky fight to play out here. Poppy ult is going to be down though. I haven't played much Poppy, but I know that the ult is very long cooldown. The few times I have played it, I always feel like you have to be careful with how you use ult, because now she doesn't have ult. Everyone else will have ult, but look at the Poppy ult. You see? Every other ult will be up, but Poppy ult doesn't have it. Poppy ult is much longer cooldown than the average ult. Nice W. Nicely played by Hong here. Nicely played. Nice W. This Poppy pick on 5 was giga. I have to learn this now. It's such a value pick here. To be able to play this versus Dash champions. Similar to how being able to play Bard versus non-Dash champions is really value. Yeah, I have to learn this. How do you fight this? It's 4v5. Have to try. Varus has flash though. No one can follow. No one can follow. Or Aurora ult? Maybe? Maybe? No. Or? Hong died, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, sadly, no one could really follow on the Varus because no one has flash from before.
It's a good try there from BLG.
That's Soul, right? Does he have Smite on Alistar? No. No. Can he steal? Ooh. Nice try.
It was pretty darn close to being answered as we can see our MasterCard priceless moment of the game. TES claimed the Soul. But BLG had a good start to the fight. Bid found a good angle onto Jackie. They do kill him off, but the problem is Elk dies at the same time. And when Elk goes down, who's going to kill the front line? From TES, there's just no consistent damage. So Bin,
what I can say, Black Shield, is that for as long as Lost Ratones exist and Kadril is happy to have me on his team, I will play for his team.
Immediately knocked down by Kanavi, as well as
that's all I can say, really.
There's just not enough consistent damage. Then great try over the wall. Let's see how close it does get. Wow, okay. So it was a perfect smite from Kanavi.
Yeah. Auto smite at 970 is enough damage to get the kill. So well done all round by Top Esports to secure.
If you understand what I mean.
And for BLG now, like you've seen what a fight can be, but now you have to try and do that again into a Mountain Soul. You have
I don't know for how long Lost Ratones will be. I watched that video that Kaydrel released, and I've talked to him a bit, so I know everything is like a bit uncertain for the future. Like the future is unknown, right? But in my mind, for as long as Lost Ratones exists, and for as long as he wants me on his team, I will be there.
Not going down without a fight. It does feel like two pretty controlled games on opposite sides, you know, when you think through. I do feel like even though the gold has been closer in this one, I feel like the last game was maybe closer. You know, this time it just didn't feel like BLG ever got any real advantages, and TES has kind of felt inevitable because of the Dragon control, because of the composition.
But when it comes to the future of Lost Ratones, for how long the team will be operating and what the plans are and everything, that's in the end up to him, right? I am just along for the ride. Anywho, let's focus on the game. Varus is getting targeted. Pop build was good on Aurora though, but Asir here late. Asir is basically here when the fight is over, but they don't really need him, it seems. The pop build was good again. The pop builds are really good. He's doing really good pop builds. He had the one on top, he had here on Aurora. He had the W on the Drake before. Poppy value is crazy this game.
Able to find it chomped out by Kanavi. TP coming back here. As 369 is going to join Top Esports on the push.
No, it's okay. I do not take offense in any way. Don't worry. I just don't think it's reasonable for me to plan for the future when I don't even know how the future looks. Or to think ahead of Lost Ratones when in my mind Lost Ratones is like the best thing that has happened for me in a long time, other than T1 I guess. Ooh! He spell shielded it, but it was still a good shuffle. Nice shuffle. Now they can go back to the Baron anyway.
And will turn their eyes back towards the Baron.
It's just a beautiful run of play there from top. They go mid, they force the dive. They can't fully make it happen, so then with that kill on Shadow, they know we are just going to bring them.
Of course, if Lost Ratones are no longer operating, I need to rethink what I'm doing. I can't just sit there and roll my thumbs, right? Is that a English saying as well? Roll your thumbs like this? But I also don't need to think about that kind of stuff right now because it's uncertain how the future looks exactly, and there's a lot still to do. So I just focus on that. For as long as Kaydrel wants me on the team, I'll be there. Happy, 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 happy. Basically that cat with Lost Ratones logo. Nice shuffle.
Cream doing a great job there, separating the AD carry from the means of protection in the form of
twiddle your thumbs.
And as soon as you do that, you can just chase him.
Roll your thumbs, twiddle? It's a Swedish thing, roll your thumbs, like doing nothing, I guess.
Plated steel caps. He is such a strong
I will for sure be doing something, but it's so long in the future I don't need to think about this. I just focus on whatever I can do with the Lost Ratoonies, and then if that comes to an end at some point, I will deal with that when it's actually happening. Right now, no point. So much more to do.
You see that here. It's 11-6. It's a 3,000 gold lead. There's a soul for Top Esports. It's all done, but the Nexus falling, and Top will just take it slow. They're like, okay, we'll push through bot. We'll force you away.
Renekton has no TP here, so they can just fucking send it. They can just send it, by the way. Renekton has no TP, they know that. Doesn't even die. Did they fix the bug when Trundle does the thing? You know? If you play against Trundle, sometimes he goes like big to small character when he's in ult or whatever. And it's hard to tell how much HP he actually has, or if he's near dying or not. Sometimes he does the I don't know if that happened there, but it looked a bit sketchy there, like if he was dying or not, I couldn't really tell.
One win between either of them and that quarterfinal spot for Top Esports. They just need to take down this Nexus. BLG
can they? It's 4v5 and Vi in 15. Can they? Can? Asira's shuffle, yeah. Can, I think. We are in for a treat. We're in for a treat. A best of one to decide who goes on. Oi, 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 we're in for a treat with this one. Nice game, honestly, no? From TES. Like, not that many kills, but they played the map really well, got all the Drakes. Poppy value was crazy. That 4v5 on top tier 2. Like, honestly, that 4v5 on top tier 2, I think won them the game, no? I'll show you the play that I think won them the game. Like, when Varus was fighting Sivir on mid wave for mid tier 1. Yeah, here. Like here, the game is... I mean, they have the Drakes, right? But it's like even on gold at the very least. You have a 4v4 top with Sivir fighting Varus mid. Sivir actually like low-key wins the fight mid, pushes Varus back, and Varus is going base. During this time, Sivir walks top, so it's a 5v4. While Varus is going base, Sivir is walking top. It's a 5v4. Look at his Poppy ult value. And bye-bye. And Sivir dies. So they just 5v4 them, while Varus was basing. And off of this, they get Atakan, and off of the Atakan, they get Soul. And then game GG. But and also here, this Poppy W was crazy. Look. Boop. Can't play. Can't press Q. Can't press anything. The problem is not only that he like stops you halfway, right? Like if you're playing Alistar and you get Poppy W, the problem is not only that he puts you here halfway, so you can't press Q because you're out of range, but also because you can't press Q at all. You're grounded. So you can't click a spell. He can't click a spell. Now he can. You see? It's two problems. Problem one, he puts you halfway instead of next to him. And problem two, you can't actually use a spell until grounded finish. And by the time grounded finish, it's really awkward. So from my experience, when you play Alistar into Poppy, W is like forbidden spell. You should play Alistar as if your W is unbinded. If you're playing Alistar into Poppy, the only thing you should be doing is Q and E. If Poppy uses W, you can use W. If Poppy doesn't use W, you cannot use W. It's like better if you remove the key like this, you know? If you play Alistar into Poppy, literally remove the W key. It's the best way to play it. Because otherwise you do stuff like this and you just get fucked. You get put halfway to the target you wanted and then you can't press anything and you're just... It's not possible. And Poppy value was crazy here. That top fight was really nice from them. BLG chooses red. Game 3, subbing Beichuan in jungle.
But yes, we do have a small delay on stage because Beichuan is subbing in for BLG. The last time Beichuan won on BLG was actually the first game of the series against Top Esports in those grand finals. And since then, we have had him come in at the start of Worlds, lost that first game against 100 Thieves, and now he's coming in again in this game.
Couldn't handle the heat from 100 Thieves. Needed this whole time to recover.
100 Thieves, incredibly impressive.
There you go.
I love the way they played their style. I thought it was really fun to watch.
Going.
I'm disappointed they got knocked out.
Thank you.
But
we'll
now
see
we
if,
have to talk about BLG and Top Esports.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see.
This is a pretty nerve-wrecking moment, no? 1-1, one best of one to decide it all.
No, he's ours.
We got Jojo.
This is pretty nerve-wrecking, no?
Stop it. We'll see
Boostio, you want to come across?
Stop it. We have to talk about LPL.
Okay.
We have to see how
like if you're a player here, Pulse is probably 150 perma. Perma 150 Pulse, I think, if you're a player here.
Played a lot at Worlds, right? You played that first game of the tournament, and now it's like, all right, bud, time to sub in. By the way, if you lose, your year's over.
Yes.
And that is a lot of pressure. But the other side of that, and people love to talk about this a lot with six-man rosters, is that you have been watching the series alongside the coaches. You are getting a different perspective. You're getting to see the pathing that your opponent is going for. You're trying to look for tendencies that maybe you could actually take advantage of. So we'll see if Beichuan can have a good performance here. If he can really just make it work for this team, because the pressure is on. The #1 seed here, of course, for the LPL. And at risk of going out in Swiss.
Caitlyn, Ambessa, Sion, Rice. We are out of mid laners if Taliyah gets banned. Jungle Qiyana still open, that's the big one.
The same is true for TES on the other side. You know, the LPL does expect to get all their teams.
Top laner, honestly don't know at this point. Rek'Sai? I don't know at this point. I think this is just the first pick Taliyah, by the way, if they don't ban it. This is just the first pick Taliyah, no? Do you have a pick into Taliyah? Or do you ban it here? There's also Qiyana, and Poppy's out, so Qiyana is really high value. Do you trade Qiyana and Taliyah here? Maybe you trade, no? Karma ban, but Nico's already out. I don't see it. This is Taliyah or Qiyana? Which one do you prefer? I think I prefer Taliyah myself. I'm playing to Qiyana with whatever. Okay, they take the Qiyana. So they give over the Taliyah to Knight. What do you play into this though? Galio? Actually, Galio, Qiyana sounds better than Taliyah whatever, no? Like, Qiyana plus Galio sounds better than Taliyah plus any jungler, really. Wukong is open! Whoa, shit! Oh shit, Wukong Taliyah! They made a mistake. They should have first picked Taliyah and just take whatever jungle. Ay. Oh no, we forgot. I forgot. Everybody forgot. They should have first picked Taliyah. It's gonna be Talia Wukong now. I would much rather have the Talia plus Wukong or Qiyana side than playing the playing the Talia. They should have first picked Talia.
It is more of one of those junglers that really just kind of power farms. And
this should be Talia, no? No matter what.
You know, post level 6 fights.
Rakan. Isn't Talia insane for Cream here? Wukong, Rakan, Galio, or Sion 3. I mean, I don't hate it, but I feel like Talia is such a good pick here, no? Corki Talia? And Sion 3, something like this? Annie. Did I miss something about the Talia? Did I miss something? Maybe I missed something. I thought that would be by far the best mid pick. I'm surprised that he went Qiyana over Wukong if you were to pick jungle. I don't think the Rakan there is bad by any means, but Sion 3 is insane if you pick Nautilus. Or Leona. Sion 3 is insane. Sion 3 here is insane. I don't mind the Corki, but I don't like the Leona. Because you know Saya is coming, no? It's better to pick something else.
Has been losing all of the games, so definitely can be tough. Leona was kind of like that old school Rakan.
Saya is just insane here, no? Or Talia? Which one do you like more? Talia or Saya? I think I like Saya more. Yeah.
So reliant on being evasive, really. But it doesn't feel like
so many mid laners banned, by the way.
It's kind of maybe just an answer.
What mid laners will you play here if there's 4 more bans?
Is really kind of make it passive because the Rakan is not going to look for any sort of hard engage. You're just going to maybe give up the push, you know, and fish with those gleaming quills, just kind of keep your health high, and it kind of just becomes a bit of a farm fest. I do like when you've already seen Leona Qiyana, Xayah early. We saw
is Rek'Sai a ban at this point?
So I think grabbing the Xayah early
Rek'Sai, Talia, Galio. There's a Talia. Ahri against Knight, no? You ban Ahri against Knight, no? No matter what, I think. You don't give him Ahri here. Or Syndra? Cassio ban. Cassio ban. For what? For Galio?
The Xayah should be quite effective.
I would be more scared of Ahri myself than Cassio. I think Galio is good for both teams, though. For both teams' compositions, Galio is good. I think Ahri against Knight. He banned Sylas for it as well. You just have to ban Ahri here, I think. But if you ban Ahri here, doesn't he just go Galio? And that's good, no? But it has to be Ahri ban here. He banned Sylas for it too.
It's got to be Knight. I mean, even in the losses, I feel like he has been the guy that is the hope for the team. So I really would like to see them just index into him.
I would not give him Ahri on 4 here.
Let's be honest.
No matter what.
What top lane matchups are even that abusive anymore? Like anything where you pick an extreme counter, you just get lane swept on.
It's very true.
They banned Gwen. Wait, isn't Ahri on 4 insane for Knight? He's also really good on the champ, no?
Now you're laning against another AD carry, and you're like, you know, it's just like the counter picks in top lane are very uninspiring at Worlds, thanks to lane swaps.
Galio over Ahri.
It's not an issue whatsoever. Galio.
I mean, that's for comp, I guess.
It's kind of interesting here.
But
so
could
Galio,
be a flex
course,
still.
Mid or top.
Could be a flex.
Really, really well on the
what do you pick now for Cream? Mordekaiser blind is unlikely.
I mean,
do you take Ahri yourself if you're Cream here? Do you play... So many mid laners out. I don't even know what's good anymore.
The other thing is, I mean, you can potentially pick 2 champions that are pretty good into it, but then you do risk
like Ahri Rek'Sai, is that a draft? Ahri Rek'Sai?
One of the things that pros do sometimes like, if you're thinking about playing in mid lane, is
it is Mordekaiser blind. What?
Just kind of free stacking off of it.
This is a blind pick Mordekaiser.
And then they move it top, and then you're playing into, you know, a Knight LeBlanc or something like that. Then it's probably go home fast. So I don't think you're going to do that. I think you are just going to take this Mordekaiser here, assume that it's going to be going top, and then probably go for a
blind Mordekaiser.
Pick.
I mean,
you just put the Galio top now, right? Isn't that a good matchup for Galio into AP? Smolder blind pick. Wait, isn't Galio just going top here and pick Ahri or something?
I think a lot more risky, but
for sure you put Galio top, no? For sure. Or it's just Galio top and Ahri, no? You have a good matchup into Smolder mid with Ahri. Galio can definitely lane Mordekaiser. They just put the Galio into Smolder anyway. I mean, it is Bin Jax, but Smolder loves this matchup, no? Smolder into Galio feels like the one matchup you can actually play Smolder in. If you move the Galio top here,
to throw down the
Don't you
cycle,
get an
and
insane mid matchup, and top lane
Mordekaiser
matchup is fine
out of that
anyway?
fight, kind of remove the ult from the fight. Similar thing
This
to
draft
Jax
was really
Jax.
weird.
Jax hops in with Counter-Strike, ready to get in on your backline. Ulted,
Blind pick Mordekaiser and blind pick Smolder. What?
And he's trying to hero his entrance in. You chuck that Death Realm on him,
That's
and he's
weird.
unable to join up with the rest of his team. I love it.
But they didn't really get punished for it, because Smolder got the matchup he wanted, and I would imagine Mordekaiser into Jax is fine, at the very least, like a minimum fine, no? Even if Jax may be scaling and it's been Jax, it's still just fine for Mordekaiser. But this draft looks strange on paper to me. The test one, like the BLG one, it's Jax, Galio, Wukong, Sarrakan. This feels very like standard. You have good team fighting, you have good lanes, good front line, good engage. Enemy team has Corki, Leona, Smolder, Kiana, Mordekaiser topside. This topside just looks like a solo queue topside, no? Mordekaiser, Kiana, Smolder.
If you knew this was your other four, you wouldn't have picked Kiana, I don't think, right? And so they are sacrificing something.
Just looks weird, doesn't it? Mordekaiser, Kiana, Smolder. This doesn't feel right.
So now you have to get something out of lane matchups, in my opinion. Otherwise, you look over at the other side, and Knight may not be on a hard carry, but the comp just is so easy.
This is a huge game. Winner leaves the tournament. Sorry, loser leaves the tournament. Winner goes through to quarterfinals, and loser is out. Finished. This is a huge game.
Maybe we can burst a guy and kill them and win the lanes.
Is there gonna be any funny swaps? Most likely not, I would say.
But we have to get through everyone to get on the Corki. No, you can go on the Kiana. You can go on the Corki. You can go on the Smolder. You can really just like.
Is my chat there? Are we on the screen? Are we on the screen?
Burst them down. So is a lot of power there over on the BLG side. We'll see. Can TES really create some differences
next time,
here?
Perhaps.
I also feel like
NT,
NT,
my dear friends, NT. Nice try.
Pushed pretty far back, and the scaling is nowhere near. I think people still have not adjusted to like the nerfs that happened forever ago, where you used to be able to actually increase the threshold for execution.
No funny swaps.
It just increases the true damage burn. It doesn't actually ever go up as far as the threshold for the execution, and so I don't think it's just like auto win late game like people used to talk about it. But of course, especially if you go through some of the more aggressive builds, like if you go Essence, Reaver, Rapid Fire, IE, when you're on 3 items and you're on 225, you just press Q every time Rapid Fire is up, and you are poking them down. You become a real threat.
I will say though, there will come a point in this game. It's gonna be hard. I think TES mid game will be really hard to play because they have no front line really. They have a lot of, how would you say, vulnerable champions, fragile champions in the game. Kiana, Smolder, Corki. But there is gonna come a point in this game, at some point late game, once they like go past mid game, there's gonna come a point when TES have a lot of carries, right? They have a lot of damage on Kiana. Kiana's gonna have high farm. Nice trade. Smolder is gonna be really strong in the game. Corki is gonna be really strong in the game. Mordekaiser is gonna reach a point when he's dealing damage and quite unkillable. I think mid game will be hard for TES. Lanes might be good, mid game might be hard, and late game should be fine. From my experience playing a lot of four-man carry comps this year with Los Ratunis, I realized that there are points of the game that cannot really be played because no one can face check, you're really fragile, you don't really have the items, but you also reach a point when you have 4 carries and perhaps the enemy team has 2, so it's easy for you to dive one guy, and if that guy dies, you win the fight. Meanwhile, for the enemy team, you kill the Mordekaiser, there's still Kiana, Smolder, Corki. You kill the Smolder, there's still Corki, Kiana, Mordekaiser. Do you see what I mean? Often when you play all of these 3-4 carry comps, at some point in late game, you have enough threat for it to be played out anyway. But mid game is hard. And that was my experience a lot this year as well with Los Ratunis, because we always play 4-man carry comp, sorry. Everyone is carry basically every game, no matter what, in our team. So mid game is hard, but late game is easy. Not easy, but you get the point.
But honestly, like, I play a lot of solo lane Smolder. I think it's a lot of fun.
You get the point.
To me, it's like, obviously the 225 is the goal, but one of the
I think TES this game, basically, to summarize, will be fine at some point in late game, even though their comp looks wonky. And early should be fine, of course.
But it's just the idea
mid game is
each
sketchy.
breakpoint actually accelerates the next breakpoint so much, right? Once you get 25, all of a sudden you're AoE stacking off all their minions, but he can be in trouble.
Onto Creamer, has to flash away, but H1 looking for the
Doesn't have it.
Red buff slow, not enough. Flash for flash exchange there between
Can he contest this top crab now? Kiana? Kanavi? Can follow?
As it's 369 TPing down. This is what they did in the Lucian game as well to kind of bail out, Jackie and give him this preferential lane setup. But
Jax needs to base TP bot, no? Fast. Like right now, base TP bot.
Flash out of Smolder, couldn't finish off Cream. But once you get to 25, you start AoE stacking all the minions.
And Saya needs to base run top.
That really speeds you up towards the 125. And once you have 125, it's kind of unavoidable because you're just getting splashed through the minions. Yeah. Anytime you go for any last hit, he doesn't have to queue you anymore. He's just queuing the wave, and you're going to get stacked on. So every little bit you get really accelerates that next breakpoint, and 369 being very annoying with that.
Really nice timing as well, because Bin is already teaming.
Nice cancel by 369 here. No one is going to be able to catch the top wave now. This will just die to the tower. This will just dive to the tower, and he can get a plate as well. This was really nice by 369. Canceling bot basically means he loses his top wave, right? Elk loses his top wave from being cancelled, and Jackie has time to get a plate. This is just a huge cancel by 369 on bot to delay the Saya.
You actually get the wave, you deny the cannon, you get the plate. So like that right there is almost a kill worth of gold that you just earned for your team. So it's one of these things that doesn't seem immediately obvious, but that's 300 gold ahead now for JackeyLove, and I think that's often earned by 369. Like, he deserves credit for that.
He did a huge job in that bot side. It's a whole level of experience lead as well for JackeyLove over Elk as Hung and Kanavi here team up to try and steal away these Razor Beaks. You talked about the power farming of the Qiyana. If you can get into that enemy jungle and take away some of these camps, it just gets you scaled up that much more quickly. Kanavi running the first strike here on the Qiyana, something he loves to do for that extra gold, for that extra acceleration towards his lethality items. Profane Hydra often when we look first.
Yep, obviously is something that's going to help accelerate, but also the upfront burst. So much of your damage comes out during that first strike window, so it's not just about the gold. It really is a powerful damage rune later on in the game where that percentage damage amp can mean quite a lot when all of a sudden your combo is doing 1,000, 2,000 damage. A couple of percent is significant. So definitely is a powerful rune there. Cream, of course, picked up a call on that first base, so he is just scaling, looking to play this out.
Playing a dragon and scaling. Good one as well.
Yeah, thank you.
It's not toothless at all in that mid lane right now.
It's off to a smoldering start, if you will.
Good one, good one. Bin lands the stun onto 369. Not really much going to happen down towards this bottom side. Goal basically even between the two teams in the early game. There is a Drake up. We saw a ping coming out on it from BLG. We'll see if Beishwan decides that is his first objective. Has push in the bot side. Won't be able to get it in mid because there's a Smolder on the other side. Going to land a knock up here into the blade. Call of the damage. Massive flash shield of Daybreak.
I guess they're weak side.
Eclipse just trying to walk his way away.
Saves his
AD, carries life, but
I think if they weren't weak side, they would have sent it there. That was a really nice Rakan W into root.
He's level 6.
For the Saya, they don't have a wave yet, but they are gonna get dove. Does Galio run here for ult? He should, no? Push mid wave and run here to ult is the only way. Look, he's eating to get this. They're fine, no? He's gonna ult. They're fine. They can't dive this. He's gonna ult. Aren't Test trolling here? Can they do this? It's Exhaust and Galio ult. They're trolling. They're trolling. They're trolling. They're trolling. They're trolling. What are they doing? Wait, what are BLG doing now? Whoa! Whoa! He's alive. Whoa. Wait, Tess are trolling and then BLG overchase and they troll.
That's no Knight. That man is a king.
I can't believe they dove that. They know Galio's coming with ult. And I cannot believe a BLG chased that because they know they're 3v4 and they got out with murder, not dying here. It's so bloodthirsty, no? Like, Tess should not be diving this. There's Exhaust and Galio ult. Then BLG should not be chasing this. Wukong is on the other side and you're lucky not to die here. And they just say, fuck it, we're gonna kill them all. Why do they chase?
And you have to remember, Wukong was taking the dragon in the meanwhile, was stealing the enemy camp.
They're so bloodthirsty, both of the teams.
It's not an even number play, even though it didn't look like that bad. It's everything that's happening on the other side of the map that really makes it hurt.
Crazy dive and crazy chase. And now we're fighting 5v5! It's a 5v5! Oh, Mordekaiser is gonna capture someone though. Wukong, no? He got Wukong in his ult. Didn't he? No, he didn't. He hasn't ulted yet. Still has ult. 2 for 1 grub. And Leonon died. That's Valkyrie, yeah. 1 for 0, 2 for 1 grub. 5 versus 5, 8 minutes into the game. It is truly LPL. It's truly LPL.
And when a team on the other side has so many squishy members, You can do a lot of damage on this Galio. You know, we often see kind of like tanky AP or one AP item, you know, into full tank. So we'll see exactly where he wants to go with this build. But Knight is definitely not afraid to go full glass cannon if he thinks it is appropriate.
He's the guy that builds Darkseal.
Fun game.
Yeah.
You can tell this is going to be a fun game.
Exactly how much damage you can put out on every champion. At the moment, the only lead for
At least they're going out with a bang. Whoever loses this, they're going out with a bang. Not scared to fight.
But BLG ticking over to about 300, 400 gold in totality.
What's the speed of Smolder stacking right now? This one is Smolder stack, right? 87 here, 88 on 9 minutes. That's not bad, no.
Nothing you have to feel, just trying to track people. No neutrals to fight over, no camps on this top side to fight over. They might look for a dive.
We're diving. We're diving. Who's tanking? I don't know. He has Jaxi. Who's tanking this? He has Jaxi. Wait, how do you... Wait. One more time. No, Gabi. Can zone him though, and have 2 grabs here. Hit tower not bad. Can they dive the Corki? Cameraman bot. The Wukong is not diving bot for whatever reason. TPing top with Galio. I want the camera bot. Why is the Wukong not diving bot? Why is the Wukong not diving bot? What is the Wukong doing? Why is the Wukong not diving bot? What? He's so late. Corki should have died on that wave, but the Wukong just didn't go for whatever reason. Is anything gonna happen here? I would love to go back and see what the Wukong is doing, because to me it doesn't make sense that the Wukong is not covering top or diving bot. He has to do either, right? Can I go back and check it? I think they're gonna go back. What is the Wukong doing? While Jax is getting fucked here, right? What is the Wukong doing? He's doing his wolf, yeah. And the second he sees enemy team here, he should sprint bot, but he sprints mid and Raptor. You see the Wukong on minimap? He should click, like the second he sees them here, I don't know when he gets the info. Like right now, after his wolf, he just needs to click bot and dive the Corki. But he goes mid, and then he goes Raptor, and then he realizes when he's doing the Raptor, you can see it here on the picture, he realizes mid Raptor, oh, I should be bot, and then he goes bot, but it's too late. Hopefully we didn't miss anything. Yeah, we didn't. We're good. Yeah, the Wukong troll there. I feel like they need to, like, often how League works is, if they go here, you either go there as well, or you go other side. It's turn-based, you know? They do their turn here. Do we use our turn to counter them, or do we use our turn on the other side? And if we use this turn, after they're done with this play, they're gonna come here, or they're gonna stay here. You see what I mean? Turn, then it's their turn, then it's your turn again. But here the Wukong is not using his turn, because enemy go top. So he has a choice. Do I go top as well, or do I go bot? But he did nothing. Doing nothing is usually not an option. Usually, if they do something, you have to do something as well. Flash out, nothing will happen. Actually, could get Smolder flash, maybe... No. No flash Qiyana, no flash Wukong. Traded.
The Drake is up for BLG, and they might just walk base one around the corner to go and get it.
At the end of the day, it's a trade of flashes for the junglers, trade of ults, and then you also got Knight's ult, and you got a really nice chunk of HP down onto Cream, so they're going to try to utilize that to turn it into the
Yes, 120 stacks, 12 minutes. Not bad, no? I haven't played much Smolder, but I usually feel like if you're doing like 10 per minute, I guess it is, 100 at 10, you have good pace, because the pace will speed up once you get 125. So if you have 125 around 12 minutes, it feels like you're gonna get it at 20 minutes, you know, the stacks fully completed, something like that.
Second try works better here against Bin.
Yeah, no teleports to support Bin here.
Another dive. This time they're covering, but the Wukong is once again not there. Leona's trolling. Wait, she lives that. Where is the Wukong? Where's the Wukong? You gotta get the Wukong up here.
Nicely done there by TES.
I mean, it's such a nice dive, but is this really possible? Should this really be possible?
Try to play for this first turret, they kill off on.
And if it is possible, they shouldn't be covering, right?
So a lot of resources committed to this side.
Like here as BLG, if you're getting dove, you either need to go cover with a lot of people, or go cover with no one. It cannot be some people covering, some people not covering. It needs to be together, same, right? So here you can see Rakan and Saya coming top to cover, but that's not enough people. So then they shouldn't go, and Jax should go back. Or if they want to go, Wukong needs to go with them. Because if they're going, Wukong should go. And if Wukong doesn't want to go, they shouldn't go. And Jax should just go back. It's a nice play by Tess, but I think BLG are a little bit too much, like, all over the place, you know? Same before. Diving bot, Wukong is not there. Here, covering top, Wukong is not there. Nice dive by Tess. Nice dive.
Because BLG already won the feat of warfare. They're only one of these
2k gold up now. They have 0 Drake, but maybe with this gold lead they can get the next one. Looks decent for them now. This was a huge play, honestly. 2 kill plus top tier 1 for no trade, you know. Wukong was doing nothing at this time. So very winning actually for Tess. Because that was just a positive play with nothing being lost on the map. Only positive play, that one.
And we did get the Rocket Bell here for Knight, so definitely looking for a very
So if this can lead into gold lead, that leads into Drake, they're chilling, right? Next Drake is very important. 3 minutes. Very, very important.
Protobelt, you're probably just going Zhonya second, and you're just really putting that upfront damage in, which can be quite a lot. Also, like that On did go for the Mikhails here. I do feel like when you look over, it's Hong and then no one for the engage. So if you're just fishing with that Leona ult, and you can just be able to have cleanse on
this could be something, no flash. It's good engage, I think. Yeah, he's dead. Leona no flash as well. He's gonna get feathered. She's dead too. Nice engage. That's why Wukong Rakan is OP, by the way. Because the Wukong does W into ult, E ult, right? He does W, so he's not spotted. Then E ult, and Rakan can always follow. Always. No matter what. It's why this combo is good together. Rakan is good with many jungler, but I think Wukong, Vi, and Nocturne are like the best ones. Because they often can kill people if you support them, and Rakan is one of the few champions that can follow. Like, they're strong enough to kill people on their own if someone can follow, one person. And Rakan can always. Is he just dead there or what? He has flash, but where do you go? He's just dead. It's to the red buff. He dies to the red buff before the redemption. Kidnapped. It's Mord versus Jax. Jax dies. Missed it. Dies anyway. 1 for 1, but Smolder flashed. Not bad for Bin, I think.
Still great play from Bin. The red buff, I believe, finishing.
Had to flash earlier if he wanted to flash the Smolder there. He dies to the red before redemption lands.
And you get the Rift Hold in mid lane because all of top
and now mid tier 1 falls and they get nothing for it. Nice play by BLG here to get back in the game a bit. And since they have the Drakes, if they can stabilize the game and play next Drake, they're in a really good spot. Similar to what? Second game? First, second game? First game? First game. Similar to first game.
Will be finished off there by Kanavi. But you can see Elk already pushing in towards that tower. Assist pings from TES as they want to try to defend it, but feels like they're probably
they have the Drakes, even though they're losing in gold. Ooh, no flash. Everybody run, I think. They're 5 men. Run. On. They can always WE, I guess. He can WE, he's fine. On Marie, yeah, it's chilling.
They got all 5 down here, so TES needs to get something because Bin is going to be
this is a play.
Problem. There's no TP,
wait,
so no
Smolder's trolling, by the way. Rakan one shot? Nope. They're using 5 men for this. Jackson no TP. Can they just force this? Is this possible? Kiana ult is up, by the way. Look, Kiana. Sai is 1, but Kiana's dead for this. This is just a dive. This is crazy. Rakan died to Smolder ult. Still playable for Tess, I think, but not a great play regardless of how this ends. Galio died. Like, it's 3 for 2 and Jax is pushing top. It's not a great play regardless of how it ends. Crazy dive.
It was a 5v3 for a while, and then the Wukong arrives. It's still a 4v5. Meanwhile,
Drake is up.
is just getting so much gold.
Who has tempo for this?
TES kind of painted themselves.
Galio, no ult, no flash, no TP. Tess have tempo for this, no? Wait, Smolder is clicking top. Are they giving the Drake? They give this? They have to give this, I guess. Are they too late?
First towards this dragon, 369 is in the area. We'll see.
I guess they're too late, yeah. They just give this. I mean, Smolder is top without TP. They're giving this. I don't know why 369 is here. Smolder is top without TP, by the way. Why are they here? Trying to steal? He's gonna try to steal. It's just to steal, I think, not to fight. Just to steal. He got it. Wow, that's so fucking big, by the way. That is so big for the game. If he doesn't get that, they're... Oh my god. That is so big for the game. That is a massive steal. Wow.
Cloud Soul is insanely strong, especially for a lot of these champions.
Yeah, Cloud Soul is the best soul in the game by far. movement speed in general is a really nice stat to get. And Cloud Soul gives you a lot of it. So, huge steal. Wow. That saves it a bit. I think we might have a game. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be in for a game here. Exactly even gold right now. 2-1 Drake, 2-1 Grub. Atakan next, 1 minute. Oi, oi, oi. I think we're in for a game. After this steal, I think we're in for a game. Actually, this was so big. What? How does he even get this? Q Smite is guaranteed, or Wukong should get this one? He Q'd already, the Wukong. I mean, that's a lot of damage. But actually, Wukong should get this. Because he has Saya on his team, so he can easily combine with Saya Feather, a Smite HP, plus his Q, right? He Q'd early. And I don't know if they talked about Saya E, but you can definitely do like 2k HP there before Qiyana even gets like anywhere near smiting that. I feel like Wukong should get that if they synergize better and he does his Q better. I'm not sure if Qiyana should be able to steal this. But that makes the game very interesting all of a sudden, because now we're looking at an Atakan. And both teams are even. I would favor BLG at this point of the game. It's kind of what I said earlier. If you play this many carries, you're very fragile at this point of the game. They can literally just engage on anyone and anyone dies. And if one person dies, you lose the fight. But later on in the game, when everyone is like 5-6 item, 4 or 5, 6, yeah, maybe 4 to 6. Even if they kill one person, the other carries will carry. So right now I would say it's BLG favored, but the later this goes, it might swing, you know. Smolder's gonna get stacks. They're gonna have 4 people strong. Wait, no one's here. Where is the enemy team? Okay, they're here. Wait, enemy team is so late. This is just gone, or? If they hit it, it's gone, or? It's just gone. The Wukong is not here. Yeah. Qiyana ult whiff though. He kidnapped the Wukong, I think. This could be playable for Tess when he comes out. Or does he just die? The Mord? He dies. But so did Wukong. Nice flash. Ooh. 2 for 2. 3 for 3. 2 alive for each team. This game is crazy. But they got Atakan. They got Atakan. That's the biggest one. Oi, oi, oi. Absolute cinema. But they're so late. The Atakan is gone before it's even there. Where's the Wukong? Yeah, huge share by Mordekaiser, no? To kidnap and actually win this. Like, won this into Wukong. Wukong is basically dead when he comes out. So that's just a 1-for-1 then. Nice play by Smolder as well. Snipes with W. And Saya outplays Qiyana. Leona Hex flashes into the pit actually to cover Jackie. Wow.
This is a game of inches. Absolutely insane fight there.
They got Atakan though. That's the most important. Tess won that play off of getting the Atakan, even though it was 3 for 3. Oi, oi, oi. I'm slowly favoring Tess in this, by the way. Slowly favoring Tess in this game. I think 4 to 6 items, like let's say Corki finished 1 more item, Smolder finished 1 more item, Qiyana finished 1 more item, and Mordekaiser finished 1 more item. I'm low-key favoring Tess in this. Like right now, maybe BLG, but slowly Tess is gonna outscale them, I think, with this many carry. Smolder has stacks now as well. I guess the Drake is huge. Like, BLG might need Soul to win this game. They might need the next Drake and Soul stacking to win this game. Because a long, drawn-out game, like let's say Tess get this Soul, then we're looking at 10 minutes minimum for either team to get Soul. We're looking at a 40-minute game. I'm leaning towards Tess, if that's the case. I think BLG need this Drake really badly. The one that is right now, and the one before, I guess, but especially this one. Because they're maybe running out of time here a bit.
TES taking position in the river, pushing up mid lane first, clearing out these wards now, and they are going to be pretty tough to walk into.
It's what top esports do so well.
I think BLG should fight here. They get outscaled. Just fucking fight here. This Mordekaiser is so annoying though. He just keeps kidnapping the Wukong. And Wukong is like kind of needed for the comp to function, you know. Wukong enables Rakan, enables Galio. If the Mordekaiser kidnaps the Wukong, I don't know what they have really. Doesn't look playable. But can't stop that, I guess. You can't buy QSS either, no, anymore. Into Mordekaiser, he just kidnaps you no matter what, and that's it. Can do nothing about it. Do they know the Jax? They don't know the Jax, no?
Knight now getting very chunked.
Beishwan just has the flash away. Hung flashes for the solo player. Nimbus strike from Beishwan onto the minion wave, arriving just in time to save his life. On dashes.
Looks bad for BLG, I think. Wukong is low, no flash.
Starting to swing. Top esports, they're finding that rot damage, that poke damage, and it's BLG who are being pulled all ways to Sunday.
Yeah, I think that's earned them the dragon. You can see double recalls coming through. Knight even gets interrupted. He could be in some trouble, but will be able to jump out to safety now for sure. They should be starting this
off. This is just Drake.
They will have time for the Wukong.
BLG are in trouble. They get outscaled and they can't stack soul anymore. They're in so much trouble, I think.
Finn is still sitting in a dangerous position, and maybe they're going to try to look for something afterwards. Been positioning to try to maybe catch Cream as he does walk
No
down.
flash Smolder. This is it. Have to kill him and do Baron. If BLG win this fighting at Baron, they can play the game. They need to win this. How did they not kill the Smolder? Wait, they didn't kill the Smolder? No, Saya will. But she lost half HP for it. Kanavi is dead. Basically dead. Knight flash out. Wukong is dead though, so there's no Baron. Wait, how did did they misplay? Because normally this should just be a Smolder kill into Baron, right? How is the Wukong dead here? Shouldn't that Smolder just be one shot? What happened?
So intense.
Did he misplay?
Bin just waited around for so long, was not on vision. They go for this engage on
he gets kidnapped again, right?
Has a really great positioning, flaps over the wall, avoiding pretty much everyone.
Kidnapped again.
Except for the flanking.
Actually, the Wukong cannot play the game against this Mordekaiser. He just gets kidnapped every fight and killed by Mordekaiser every fight.
Already beat down your Wukong, taking him out. And JackeyLove, he's the backup AD carry. He's still alive and still firing. And it does mean Kanavi is kind of hung out to dry. But it is still
what do you do as Wukong? You have to buy some kind of item, you know, to save this, but how do you do it? What item do you buy to not get kidnapped and die all the time?
Such a treat here, this final game between two of the best teams the LPL has to offer.
Is there a fix for the Wukong? Can he do something to fix this? Or is it just not possible? Is there anything you can buy or a way you can play the fight?
They don't have this traditional front to back, we stand behind an ore and walk forward and let our Smolder do all the work. You've got Mord putting someone in the death realm.
I know when you play Sivir, for example, and Mordekaiser ults you can spell shield and the ult doesn't work. If you're playing Wukong and you click W when he's kicking ult, what happens? It doesn't go on cooldown, right? It just cancels the animation and he can use it again. Something like this, right?
They're looking for it now. On's going to get caught up towards the top side, dashes away, has that Gleaming Quill, TP in, as well as Bin goes in for the counter strike. He lands it onto Kanavi.
Yep, kidnapped again. The Mordekaiser just took the Wukong again. They can't play. They can't play. Or? Saya. Maybe Elk can. It's all on Elk. All on Elk. Woo! Whoa, they can do Baron, I think. They can two-man, Wow, what a game this is. Cinema game. Holy. That was so close. I wonder if the Saya should ult before E. I'll show you what I mean when we get there. So Mordekaiser kidnaps the Wukong again. Literally unplayable for the Wukong. It's a nice engage by Bin. 4-man. Actually, only one got hit by the E. Rakan gets one shot. Wukong is getting owned by the Mordekaiser. Then Saya just completely 1v9s the fight with Galio ult. And look at her now. She has all the feathers down. She's gonna E-flash here and then ult. But what if she ulted and then E-flashed? Do you see what I mean? Because after the ult now, she just dies right away. Maybe better to ult and then E-flash for more feathers. You see what I mean? Instead of E-flash ult, you would do ult E-flash. Maybe better. But that was still a nice attempt by Elk, yeah. Basically him plus Galio ult did everything there. And Bin, I guess. Like Wukong just gets kidnapped and killed and Rakan got one shot. So it's all on Elk, I guess. Pretty much, yeah. But how is he supposed to deal with the enemy scaling? Like Cork is strong, Smolder is strong, Qiyana is strong, Mordekaiser is strong. They're just outscaled, I think.
From the LPL finals, where they went down in 5-2-3. For BLG, the story's the same. The book has been written. The engages, if you find them onto this backline, it does work. You have a cycle, you counter-strike, hero's entrance, quickness, you have all of these tools.
Could Bin detonate his E earlier when he jumped in there and flashed and he was looking for the 4-man stun? Could he detonate it earlier or was he stunned or something? No, he couldn't be stunned because he has E on. He should have detonated earlier, right?
They're saying, yeah, you want to engage? I am
because he flashed in and ulted for people, but I don't think he detonated his E in time. Could have been better.
Just walk up for free and flash on them. You will take damage. You will get punished. And if you try to go for that engage and you fail, even just by a pixel, Cream and Jackie will make you pay for it. They are just destroying them at this point. As the third item is through for both of them. Now that rapid fire I talked about is there.
I think Tess got this. They're just outscaled.
It feels like as Smolder, once you have that third item, you get the rapid fire.
No matter how good Elk plays, even if he plays perfect, I don't think it is possible.
Take a breath, we'll take a moment. Cloud Drake's up, will only be third for top esports. No soul for them yet, but I'm pretty sure they're happy with the extra movement speed they're getting out of these 3 clouds.
Now, Tess have soul point as well. Yeah, looks rough, looks rough.
And now they will be on soul point. 4,000 gold their lead for BLG.
I'm not sure how to do this.
A 2024 that was so close but so far. 2 finals. Weren't quite able to take it over the finish line. Now a 25 that has been up and
because
down.
BLG have to fight the next Drake, right? But it's already hard from the scaling.
Summer finals, but being eliminated.
Like, gonna need some magic plays here. Gonna need some magic play to get Baron themselves, and then some magic play to get Drake themselves, and then maybe, you know. Maybe. But in a straight-up 5v5, I don't know.
I don't know how to do it. Looking at the strength of schedule for them. They played 100 Thieves, Fnatic, G2, and then BKS. Yeah. People would think that is easily 3 wins and you're out.
H1 goes in. Hung the target here as Edge coming out. Hung was already going to flash away.
I don't like this engage at all. I think they're inting. I think they lose the game here, by the way.
Away by Elk, but look at how low BLG already are. Elk is going to be able to retreat for now.
They engage on Leona. They use everything on Leona.
Doesn't get it through the decoy. Top esports on the advance.
Yeah, 369 short change to E there, misposition on his cursor, so it didn't actually fully extend, but it doesn't matter. They take the tier 2. They're going to crack the inhibitor towers.
Now they have nothing. They use Wukong ult, Rakan ult, Psy ult. They're fighting without ults. There's no way they win this. They can't win this fight. They don't have ults. They are just sending the game here, but they don't have ults. It's not possible, no? It's possible? It's possible?
That's 2! Bin's doing it! Knight flashes away, but Kanavi dives in! On with a battle dance, the counter-strike from Bin will get 1! 369 down, it's a triple for Bin! He's looking for more! Make it 4 for BLG! Somehow they hold on!
How?
BLG hold the line against the odds here! It looked like TES was about to wrap it up, but BLG saying no! You will go no further! They're able to find the angle here. Hung was already low. Bin just forces the issue, goes straight in. Beishwan as well as Almer threatening Jackie as Night beat in.
Rakan is W.
Over the wall the whole time.
Mordekaiser ults Wukong, but Wukong is inside the base, so it's not possible.
The ult onto a Wukong, and he can't even hit him during it. He's over the wall. Elk is untouched. The solo laner's getting so much work done here for BLG as Elk gets pulled in, but flashes back. Bin and Beishwan just bouncing back and forth, and then that feather pull catches the Smolder, knocks him down, and BLG, they're not dead yet.
I was having Bin on Suning flashbacks. I had that Fiora Penta in my head right there. When you need him, Bin stands up. He's had a quiet world so far. It's been Knight who's put the team on his back, but now Bin with a Quadra, 3k gold lead for him. Doesn't matter too much. Has the Frozen Heart, 3 items on Beishwan.
Still in trouble though, I think.
You can see Jackie has that shield bow, so going to be even harder to knock down.
But we are closing in on 1 fight equals GG game state at the very least. Like, they're getting outscaled. The Drake will be an issue, the Baron will be an issue, but we're closing in on late enough into the game that even if you are getting outscaled and you're in a tough spot, if you can somehow find the magic in 1 fight, that should be enough to end right away.
He's going to be instantly dead against a comp with this many threats. But look at BLG threatening a potential flank.
So the game will be hard, but 1 fight might be enough soon. Like this, for example, can I one-shot? No, Rakan is not there. Not possible. Not sure why Rakan was not there though. Wukong is gonna die here. Possible? Wait, how strong it's been? Wait, it's not possible. It's possible? Yes, he again. Yes, he again. Help him! Help him! Holy shit, he's so OP. What? Bin is 1v9.
What a close fight there. You thought Cream might have taken over, but he couldn't finish it off. It's blinking health.
Wait, Rakan needs to be ready for that play, no? From the start? Like, Kiana dies there if Rakan is there.
Going forward with the Counter-Strike in stasis.
The Jax is really OP.
Creating incredible amounts of space for his team.
10-4 Jax.
His name is synonymous with Jax. He is known
this Jax is the most useful Jax I've ever seen, I think.
In the world. This guy is just insane when he is playing at his best. And he is stepping up in the moment when BLG needs him most. But it is 20 seconds until a potential Cloud Soul. TS has claimed the last 3 Cloud Dragons in a row. And that is going to be the test. If you thought it was hard for them to find engages now, give over that Cloud Soul.
Normally, how would you say? I connect the Jax to split pushing and not so much team fighting, but he's making it look really OP in team fights. It's not normal for this champion to be this useful in a team fight. Like, Jax to me is synonymous with split pushing and non-team fighting. Like, he's making it look very, very good in a team fight. This Drake is everything, by the way. We have a flank here on the Wukong, but it's going to be spotted on the pink if he goes. And he has to go now. You have to go now. You have to go now. Go, 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 go. You have to go. You have to go. This could be it. No, he goes Kiana ulted. Maybe? They got the soul, by the way. They just win, no? They got the soul. It's GG. GG.
Jackie adds another. Top Esports find the
fight. 07.
And they'll march down the bot lane.
Baseone look for the engage, but Kanavi instantly denies it, stuns him into the wall, and seals their fate. Top have done it.
Top won't go through the bottom lane. They'll go through the LPL champions. They'll go through to the quarterfinals. Top by name, top by nature. In the battle of the LPL, TES rises victorious and makes it to quarters.
What a battle. To me, that's the best game of Worlds thus far.
That was so fun.
Such an incredibly back and forth game between these two teams.